Good morning to everyone gathered here today at the Seshadripuram Educational Trust Conference Hall. Before we proceed further, we request everyone to rise for the Seshadripuram Educational Trust anthem.
संस्कृति सहिता समृद्धि निर्भीता संगीति राजिता अहिता विशाखा विभूषिता विश्वस्तर विद्या कौशलमतिया समाजाभिवृद्धि पर कार्य तत्परा सत्कर्म धर्म सुगुण शांति बोध दृष्टिया समत्व साधिका लोकमानिता तत्त्वपूर्ण ध्येय संयुता शेषाद्रिपुर विद्या संस्था जयतु सर्वदा जयतु सर्वदा जयतु सर्वदा जयतु सर्वदा.
A very warm welcome to all of you to this special orientation program for our law students organized by the Seshadripuram Law College, Bangalore, under the Seshadripuram Educational Trust. Honoring the divine for inspiration and blessings, we now invite Dushyant Acharya for the invocation song.
बताए बाशारदे शारदे शारदे बताए शारदे शृंगेरी माते सदा पूजिते बंगार शारदे चिर शांति दाते सदा पूजिते बताए शारदे शारदे बताए शारदे गुरु शंकर रे ವೇದ ತುಳುಡಿಯಲಿ ಕರದಲಿ ವೀಣೆ ಸಗಮಧನಿ ನುಡಿಸಲಿ ಗುರು ಶಂಕರರೇ ವೇದ ತುಳುಡಿಯಲಿ ಕರದಲಿ ವೀಣೆ ಸಗಮಧನಿ ನುಡಿಸಲಿ ರಾಗ ಭಾವಲಯ ಸಾಹಿತ್ಯ ಮೊಳಗಲಿ ರಾಗ ಭಾವಲಯ ಸಾಹಿತ್ಯ ಮೊಳಗಲಿ तव सुरगानवु तनु मन तनिसली तव सुरगानवु तनु मन तनिसली बताए शारदे शारदे बताए शारदे शृंगेरी माते सदा पूजिते बंगार शारदे चिर शांति दाते सदा पूजिते बताए शारदे शारदे बताए शारदे शारदे शारदे.
Thank you, Dushyant, for your devotional rendition. Dispelling the unknown, illuminating knowledge, and guiding our way forward, the lighting of the lamp invokes auspicious beginnings. We request the dignitaries present to light the lamp. We would like to place a brief record of the Seshadripuram Educational Trust and the Seshadripuram Law College before all of you. It is a privilege to speak about one of the most prestigious educational institutions in Karnataka, such as the Seshadripuram Educational Trust. With a legacy that dates back to 1930, the Trust has grown into one of the premier organizations in the state. Today, it oversees 34 institutions, from schools to postgraduate centers, nurturing more than 24,000 students across its many campuses. Among these institutions, Seshadripuram Law College was established in 1984. It has carved a special place for itself as a center for legal education. Affiliated with the Karnataka State Law University and recognized by the Bar Council of India, Seshadripuram Law College has earned laurels over the last 40 years. It ranks amongst the top law colleges in the country. It has produced eminent jurists, legal luminaries, successful advocates who have gone on to join and establish various top firms and companies. Moreover, Seshadripuram Law College ranks first in the sports department at the KSLU level. As a testament to this, we are thrilled to share that just yesterday, the boys team won first place at the KSLU table tennis. From academics, sports to cultural activities, the college continues to produce graduates known for their discipline, professionalism, and ethical grounding. These are just some of its achievements over the last 40 years. The list goes on. As part of its commitment to responsibly guide law students towards newer, more exciting futures, the college is organizing this orientation. We now request Pratibha to welcome the dignitaries.
Respected Chief Guests, Honorary General Secretary of the Seshadripuram Educational Trust, Honorable Chairperson of our college's Governing Council, trustee members, our esteemed principal, distinguished faculty members, staff, and most importantly, our dear students. On behalf of the Seshadripuram Educational Trust and the Seshadripuram Law College, it is our immense pleasure to welcome you all to the 2025 orientation program. It is a proud tradition of our college to host a week-long orientation for freshers each year, inviting some of the finest legal luminaries, scholars, and practitioners to inspire and educate our new students. This initiative not only introduces our students to the world of law, but also gives them a glimpse of the responsibility, discipline, and vision that comes with being a part of the legal fraternity. We are deeply privileged to have with us today distinguished guests whose presence adds great meaning to this occasion. Our chief guest, Professor Ravivarma Kumar sir, is an eminent lawyer, academic, constitutional thinker. Over the course of his extraordinary career, sir has appeared in more than 50,000 cases, including 800 before the Shah Commission that probed emergency era violations. Among the numerous landmark cases sir has argued, some of the highlights are the 2022 hijab case, the 1997 Nagarhole case, and the historic 1992 Indira Savni case, also known as the Mandal Commission case. Professor Kumar is the founder trustee of the Lawyers Forum for Social Justice and has served as the first chairperson of Karnataka State Backward Classes Commission. Sir was also Advocate General of Karnataka from 2013 to 2015, and in 2024, Sir was appointed Special Public Prosecutor. A true guardian of constitutional values, Professor Kumar combines a formidable courtroom presence with an unwavering commitment to equality and justice. We are honored by your presence, sir. Welcome. Professor Lawrence Surendra, sir, who has very kindly agreed to grace this event as guest of honor, is a distinguished chemical engineer, environmental economist, and educationist. Currently a visiting professor at Chulalongkorn University in Thailand, sir has also taught at several prestigious Indian institutions, and his scholarship includes numerous publications in academia and the United Nations platforms. Sir has also played an instrumental role in designing the social sciences curriculum for the National Law School of India, University, Bengaluru, and has served 2 terms as the technical member of the Karnataka State Environment Appellate Authority. Professor Surendra's life's work has been one of bridging science and social responsibility, and Sir stands as a role model for young lawyers who aspire to use their education for public good. Welcome, sir. The first Mr. Krishna Swami K, sir, to welcome Professor Surendra, sir. We are also privileged to be joined today by Nadoja Dr. Udepi Krishna, sir, a visionary educationist, social worker, and institution builder. As the Honorary General Secretary of the Seshadripuram Education Trust, he has overseen the growth of an educational network nurturing more than 24,000 students. With postgraduate degrees in law and engineering, along with a doctorate in business administration, Sir brings a unique blend of scholarship and practical wisdom. Sir is also an arbitrator with the Honorable High Court of Karnataka. Beyond education, Sir has served the society as a Gandhian leader, as the president of the Karnataka Gandhi Smaraka Nidhi, and as a humanitarian associated with the Indian Red Cross Society and the Tuberculosis Association of India. His contributions have been recognized with honors such as the President's Gold Medal, the Rajotsava Award, and the State Youth Award. We extend a warm welcome to you, sir. Request our principal, Dr. Pranita V.S. Madam, to welcome Nadoja Dr. Udepi Krishna, sir. We are equally honoured by the presence of Mr. Krishnaswamy K. Sir, Chairperson of our Governing Council, whose steadfast leadership and vision have shaped the direction of this institution. Welcome, sir. Request Dr. Gupta Madam to welcome Mr. Krishnaswamy K. Sir. We now extend a warm welcome to Mr. T.S. Henjarappa, sir, Vice President of the Seshadripuram Educational Trust. Welcome, sir. Request Professor Pushpa Madam to welcome, sir. We are also glad to be joined by M.S. Natraj, sir, Honorary Assistant Secretary of the Seshadripuram Educational Trust. Welcome, sir. Request Professor Nandini Madam to welcome, sir. We are also privileged to have with us today Mr. Paramashivaya, sir, Trustee Member of the Seshadripuram Educational Trust. Welcome, sir. Request Professor Srividya Madam to welcome, sir. We also extend a very warm welcome to Mr. Vivekananda, sir. Welcome, sir. Request Dr. Sandeep, sir, to welcome Dr. Pranita B.S. Madam. Your guidance, dedication and commitment to excellence have always been an inspiration for both faculty and students. Welcome, Madam. Request Professor Jessica Madam to welcome Principal Madam. A very warm welcome to the 2025 orientation program. We look forward to an engaging and memorable day ahead.
Thank you, Pratibha. We call on Meghna to introduce the chief guest and the guest of honor.
A very good morning to one and all present here. Seshadripuram Law College believes that great achievements deserve meaningful recognition. In this spirit, the institution is proud to felicitate and honor outstanding accomplishment, celebrating the dedication and excellence of individuals who inspire progress and uphold the values we cherish. On this note, it's our honor and privilege to felicitate our chief guest for his dedicated contribution in the legal field for over 50 years. We request our dignitaries on the dais to felicitate Professor Ravivarma Kumar, sir. Distinguished senior advocate and one of India's foremost constitutional lawyer, Sir has served over 5 decades of service to justice. Sir has appeared in certain landmark cases on land reforms, tenancy rights, environmental protection, the Mandal Commission, hijab case in the year 2022, Nagarhode case in the year 1997. Sir is in Karnataka's legal and social justice landscape as lawyer, academic and constitutional thinker. Sir, as a law professor, has taught plethora of subjects for the law students in Bangalore University. Sir is the founder trustee of the law here in more than 50,000 cases, including 800 before the Shah Commission that probed emergency era violations. Sir was the first chairperson of the Karnataka State Backward Classes Commission. Sir has served as an Advocate General of Karnataka from 2013 to 2015. Sir has played a key role in establishing the Karnataka Dalit Sangharsha Samiti. Sir has mentored generations of law students as People's Professor. Sir's global vision has taken him to South Africa and UN in shaping right movements. Sir has received Rajarajashri Nalvadi Krishnaraja Odier Award, Best Legal Services Award in the year 2008, Periyar International Social Justice Award, and many more for his profound achievements. Professor Ravivarma Kumar Sir embodies integrity, scholarship, and lifelong commitment to equities. Thank you, dignitaries. We are honored and privileged to felicitate our distinguished guest of honor. We request our dignitaries on the dais to felicitate Professor Lawrence Surendra sir. Professor Lawrence Surendra sir is a chemical engineer and environmental economist and mentor at the Sustainability Platform Asia. He is currently a visiting professor at Chulalongkorn University, Thailand. Sir has been a visiting professor at several institutions and during the founding of the National Law School of Indian University. He wrote the Social Science Curriculum for National Law School of Indian University and later for several other national law universities. Sir has also conducted the curriculum development seminars for law faculties relating to the sustainable development. Sir has held the Planning Commission of India's chair professorship at the Faculty of Economics in University of Mysore. Sir has also served as the member of Karnataka State Environment Appellate Authority and the Karnataka State Knowledge Commission. Sir has served over 2 terms as a technical member of Karnataka State Environment Appellate Authority. Sir was also responsible for many significant judgments for the preservation and protection of ecology. Thank you, dignitaries. Thank you, one and all.
Before we proceed, we'd also like to extend a very warm welcome to Mr. Mrityunjaya R.B. Sir, Trustee Member of the Seshadripuram Educational Trust. Welcome, sir. Request Professor Dr. Sandeep Sir to welcome sir.
We call on Pratibha to present a report on the orientation program conducted between the 8th and the 12th of September for the first year students of the 5-year and 3-year LLB program at Seshadripuram Law College.
Proud tradition of our college to host a week-long orientation program for freshers each year, inviting some of the finest legal luminaries, scholars, and practitioners to inspire and educate our new students. This initiative not only introduces our students to the world of law, but also gives them a glimpse of the responsibility, discipline, and vision that comes with being a part of the legal fraternity. We now present to you a brief report on this year's orientation program for freshers. The orientation for the 3-year LLB students began on the 8th of September with a session on insights into Indian criminal law delivered by Sri Santosh Nagarale sir. This was followed on the 9th of September by a stimulating talk on AI and law by Sri Sachidananda sir. On the 10th of September, Sri Vishnu Prasad sir addressed students on legal education as a journey. On the 11th of September, Srimati Vani Shri R. Madam enlightened students on the benefits of District Legal Services Aid internship. On the 12th of September, Vivekananda sir spoke on bridging theory and practice in moot courts. In tandem, our 5-year LLB students had an equally enriching schedule. Their program began on the 8th of September with Srimati Padmalata Madam's session on orienting students to law. On the 9th of September, Sri Rishabh Thakur sir delivered a lecture on the importance of moot courts in legal education. On the 10th of September, Sri Vishnu Prasad sir guided students through legal education as a journey. On the 11th of September, Sri Balaji N sir offered his reflections on why study law. And on the 12th of September, Srimati Jayashree Madam closed the program with a session on benefits of the District Legal Services Aid internship. As we can see, the past month has been filled with thought-provoking discussions, practical insights, and inspiring stories, setting the perfect foundation for our students' legal education journey. To our dear students, this is the beginning of an enriching journey. Take inspiration from the distinguished leaders before you today, and always remember, studying law is not just about memorizing statutes and case laws. It is also about upholding the values of justice, equity, and responsibility. We also take immense pride in taking a moment to recognize our incoming students for meritorious achievements in their respective prior academic engagements. As part of the SET Merit Scholarship, incoming students who secure over 95% at the second PUC stage and between 90 and 95% at the degree level are awarded a free seat and a cash reward of 10,000 rupees. We request the dignitaries on stage to present certificates to our merit holders. From the 5-year BA LLB program secured 90.16% in her second PUC examination. Secured an aggregate of 96% in the BCom degree examinations from Bangalore University. B.M. Vaishnavi from our 3-year LLB program secured 91% in the Bangalore City University's BCom program.
We now request Professor Ravivarma Kumar sir to address the gathering.
ಇದುವರೆಗೆ ಎಲ್ಲ ಕಲಾಪಗಳು ಇಂಗ್ಲಿಷ್ನಲ್ಲಾಗಿದೆ. ಇನ್ನ ನನ್ನ ಈ ಒಂದು ನಿಮ್ಮ ಜೊತೆಗೆ ನಡೆಯುವ ಸಂವಾದ ಇಂಗ್ಲಿಷ್ನಲ್ಲಿರ್ಬೇಕಾ ಕನ್ನಡದಲ್ಲಿರ್ಬೋದಾ ನಿಮಗೆ ಬಿಡುತ್ತೆ. ನಿಮ್ಮ ಚಾಯ್ಸ್ ಏನಿದೆ ಅದು. ಕನ್ನಡ ಮಾತಾಡಲ್ಲ, ಆಯ್ತು, ಥ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಯು. ಯಾಕೆಂದ್ರೆ ಭಾಷೆ ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಎ ವೆಹಿಕಲ್ ಆಫ್ ಕಮ್ಯುನಿಕೇಶನ್. ನಮಗೆ ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾವುದೇ ತಾಂತ್ರಿಕ ತೊಡಕುಗಳಿರ್ಬೋದು. ನಾನು ಹೇಳೋದು ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗ್ಬೇಕು, ನೀವು ಕೇಳಿಸ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋದು ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಮನನ ಅದು ಮುಖ್ಯ. ಅದರಿಂದ ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಯುವರ್ ಲ್ಯಾಂಗ್ವೇಜ್, ಐ ಆಮ್ ಹ್ಯಾಪಿ. ಸೊ ಈ ಒಂದು ಸುಂದರ ಸಮಾರಂಭವನ್ನ ಏರ್ಪಡಿಸಿದ ಕಾಲೇಜಿಗೆ ನನ್ನ ಹೃತ್ಪೂರ್ವಕ ಅಭಿನಂದನೆ. ಇದು ಬಹಳ ಮುಖ್ಯವಾದಂತಹ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮ. ಈ ಒಂದು ಸುಂದರ ಸಮಾರಂಭದ ಅಧ್ಯಕ್ಷತೆಯನ್ನು ವಹಿಸಿರುವ ನಾಡೋಜ ಡಾಕ್ಟರ್ ಉಡುಪಿ ಕೃಷ್ಣ, ಈ ಶೇಷಾದ್ರಿಪುರಂ ಎಜುಕೇಶನ್ ಟ್ರಸ್ಟ್ ನ ಗೌರವಾನ್ವಿತ ಕಾರ್ಯದರ್ಶಿಗಳು, ಮತ್ತೆ ನನ್ನ ಜೊತೆ ಬಂದಿರುವಂತಹ ಗೆಸ್ಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಆನರ್ Prof.Lawrence Surendra, my esteemed colleague Mr. Krishna Swami, who is the chairperson of the governing council of this law college, Madam Principal Dr. Pranita B.S., and all the faculty, esteemed faculty members of this august institution. My very good friend and colleague, Mr. Mrutyunjaya, ಅವ್ರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಒಂದು ಮಾತನ್ನು ಹೇಳಬೇಕು. ಹೆಸರು ಮೃತ್ಯುಂಜಯ, ಬಹಳ ಸಂತೋಷ. I am so old, I have the dubious distinction of being a colleague of his father as well as his mother. And when she became a judge, I had the honor of appearing before her and arguing cases. So that is Mr. Mrutyunjaya, who is before you. He is young, energetic, and inspirational. I would request you, because he comes from a family of lawyers and judges. Both his parents were judges before becoming, again, switching back to practice. So you have a lot to learn from him. I would request you to more often invite him for your orientation programs than others. ಈ ಸಂಸ್ಥೆಯ ಉಪಾಧ್ಯಕ್ಷರಾದ ಹೆಂಜರಪ್ಪ ಅವರೇ, ಮತ್ತು ಟ್ರಸ್ಟಿನ ಸದಸ್ಯರುಗಳಾದ ಶ್ರೀ ನಟರಾಜ್ ಅವರೇ, ಪರಮಶಿವಯ್ಯನವರೇ, ನನ್ನ ಅಣ್ಣ ಡಾಕ್ಟರ್ ವಿವೇಕಾನಂದ ಅವರು ಬಂದಿದ್ದಾರೆ, ಡಾಕ್ಟರ್ ವಿವೇಕಾನಂದ ಮತ್ತು ಅತ್ತಿಗೆ ಶ್ರೀಮತಿ ಲತಾ ಅವರೇ, ಮತ್ತೊಬ್ಬ ಅಣ್ಣ ವಾದಪ್ಪ, ತಮಗೆ ಪರಿಚಿತರು, ನಿಲಯದ ಕಲ್ಪನೆಗಳು ಅವರು, ಮತ್ತೆ ವೇದಿಕೆ ಮೇಲಿರುವ ಇತರ ಗಣ್ಯರು, ಮುಂದೆ ಇರುವ ಎಲ್ಲ ಗಣ್ಯರು ನಮಸ್ಕರಿಸ್ತಾ, ನಾನು ಮೊನ್ನೆ ನನಗೆ ಒಂದು ಇದೇ ರೀತಿಯ ಇದರಲ್ಲಿ ನಾನು 50 ವರ್ಷ ಮುಗಿಸಿದ್ದಕ್ಕೆ ನನಗೊಂದು ಸನ್ಮಾನ ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ ನಾನು ಮಾಡಿದ ಭಾಷಣದ ಮೊದಲ ಸಾಲು, ಬೆಳಗಾಗಿ ನಾನೆದ್ದು ಯಾರ್ಯಾರ ನೆನೆಯದು, ಎಳ್ಳು ಜೀರಿಗೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ನಾನು ಭೂಮಿ ತಾಯಿಯನ್ನ ಮತ್ತು ನನ್ನ ಈ ಬೆಳವಣಿಗೆಗೆ ಕಾರಣಕರ್ತರಾದ ಎಲ್ಲರೂ, ಹಾಗೆ ನಿಮ್ಮೊಂದು ಕೂಡ ಯಾರ್ಯಾರ ನೆನೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ನನ್ನ ಅವ್ವ ಪುಟ್ಟಮ್ಮನ ನೆನೆಯಲೇ, ನಮ್ಮ ಅಪ್ಪ ಹೆಂಗರಾಮಯ್ಯನವ್ರನ್ನ ನೆನೆಯಲೇ, ಅವರಿಬ್ರು ಈ ಸಂಸ್ಥೆಗೆ ಸಾಕಷ್ಟು ದುಡ್ದವರು. ಅಂದ್ ಈ ತರದ 5 ಸಂಸ್ಥೆಗಳನ್ನ ಕಟ್ತವ್ರು. ನಿಮ್ಮ ತರ ವಿದ್ಯಾರ್ಥಿಯಾಗಿ ನಾನು ಲಾ ಕಾಲೇಜಿಗೆ ಸೇರಿದಾಗ ನನ್ನನ್ನ ಕೈ ಹಿಡಿದು ಮುಂದಾಡಿಸಿದ ನನ್ನ ಸಂವಿಧಾನದ ಪ್ರಾಧ್ಯಾಪಕರಾಗಿದ್ದ ಪ್ರೊಫೆಸರ್ ನಂಜನಸ್ವಾಮಿ ಅವರ ನೆನೆಯಿದೆ. ನನ್ನ ವೃತ್ತಿ ಗುರುಗಳಾದ ಕರ್ನಾಟಕದ ಮಾಜಿ ಲಾ ಮಿನಿಸ್ಟರ್ ಲಕ್ಷ್ಮಣ ಹಾವನೂರ್ ಅವ್ರ ನೆನೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ನಾನೊಬ್ಬ ಬಡ ರೈತ ಕುಟುಂಬದಿಂದ ಬಂದ, ಸಿಂಗಲ್ ಟೀಚರ್ ಸ್ಕೂಲ್ನಿಂದ ಬಂದ, ಕನ್ನಡ ಮಾಧ್ಯಮದಿಂದ ಬಂದ. ಸುರೇಂದ್ರ ಅವ್ರಿಗಿರುವಷ್ಟು ಕ್ವಾಲಿಫಿಕೇಶನ್ಸ್ ಆಗ್ಲಿ ಟ್ರೈನಿಂಗ್ ಆಗ್ಲಿ ನನಗಿಲ್ಲ. ಒಂದು ಹಳ್ಳಿಯ ಕುಗ್ರಾಮದ ಒಂದು ಸಿಂಗಲ್ ಟೀಚರ್ ಸ್ಕೂಲ್, ಒಬ್ಬರೇ ಮೇಷ್ಟ್ರಿದ್ರು ಎಲ್ಲ 4 ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ಗೆ, ಕನ್ನಡ ಮಾಧ್ಯಮ. ಅಂತಹ ಶಾಲೆಯಿಂದ ಬಂದ ಒಬ್ಬ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಜನರೇಷನ್ ಲಾಯರ್. ನಿಮ್ಮಲ್ಲಿ ಎಷ್ಟು ಜನ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಜನರೇಷನ್ ಲಾ ಸ್ಟೂಡೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಇದ್ದೀರಿ? ಓ, ಕ್ವೈಟ್ ಅ ಗುಡ್ ನಂಬರ್. ಬಹಳ ಸಂತೋಷ. ನಾನು ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಜನರೇಷನ್ ಲಾ ಸ್ಟೂಡೆಂಟ್, ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಜನರೇಷನ್ ಲಾಯರ್ ಕೂಡ. ಬಟ್ ಐ ಟೆಲ್ ಯು, ನಿಮ್ಮನ್ನು ನೋಡಿ ನಾಳೆ ದಿವಸ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಕುಟುಂಬದ ಇತರ ಸದಸ್ಯರು ಕೂಡ ಕಾನೂನು ವಿದ್ಯಾಭ್ಯಾಸಕ್ಕೆ ಬರಬೇಕು ಮತ್ತು ಕಾನೂನು ವೃತ್ತಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ತೊಡಗಿಸ್ಕೊಳ್ಬೇಕು. ಆ ರೀತಿ ನೀವು ನಡ್ಕೋಬೇಕು. ಇವತ್ತು ನನ್ನ ಒಂದು ಹೆಮ್ಮೆಯ ಇದೇನು ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ, ನನ್ನ ಕುಟುಂಬದಲ್ಲಿ ಇವತ್ತು 12 ಜನ ಲಾಯರ್ಗಳಾಗಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ನನ್ನ ಮಗಳು ಬೆಳ್ಳಿ ಕೂಡ ಬಂದಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಅವರು ಕೂಡ ಈಗ ಲೀಡಿಂಗ್ ಲಾಯರ್ ಇನ್ ದಿ ಹೈಕೋರ್ಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಕರ್ನಾಟಕ. ಸೊ ಅಂತಹ ಕುಗ್ರಾಮದಿಂದ ಬಂದ ಒಬ್ಬ ಸಾಮಾನ್ಯ ನ್ಯಾಯವಾದಿಯನ್ನ ಗುರುತಿಸಿ ನನ್ನನ್ನ ಈ ರಾಜ್ಯದ ಸೇವೆ ಮಾಡ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೋಸ್ಕರ ಅಡ್ವೊಕೇಟ್ ಜನರಲ್ ಆಗಿ ಪರಿಗಣಿಸಿ ನನಗೊಂದು ಅವಕಾಶ ಕೊಟ್ಟಂತ ಇಂದಿನ ಮುಖ್ಯಮಂತ್ರಿ, ಆಗಿನ ಮುಖ್ಯಮಂತ್ರಿ ಕೂಡ ಆಗಿದ್ದು ಶ್ರೀ ಸಿದ್ದರಾಮಯ್ಯನವ್ರನ್ನ ನೆನೆಯಲ್ಲಿ, ಯಾರ್ಯಾರ ನೆನೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಎಲ್ಲರನ್ನೂ ನೆನೆಸ್ತೇನೆ. ಎಲ್ಲಕ್ಕಿಂತ ಮುಖ್ಯವಾಗಿ ಈ ಕಾಲಘಟ್ಟ, ನಮಗೆ ಸಿಕ್ಕಿದ ಅವಕಾಶಗಳು, ಮತ್ತೆ 2 ಶತಮಾನಗಳ ಮಧ್ಯೆ ನಾವು ಕೆಲಸ ಮಾಡಿದವರು ಇದ್ದೀವಲ್ಲ, ನಮ್ಗಿರುವ ಅನುಭವ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಇನ್ನ ಹೆಚ್ಚಿಂದು ಬರಲಿ ಅಂತ ಹಾರೈಸಿ, ಮೊದಲಿಗೆ ಇವತ್ತು ನನಗೆ ಬಹಳ ಸಂತೋಷ ಆಯ್ತು. 3 ಜನ ವಿದ್ಯಾರ್ಥಿನಿಯರು, ಧನ್ಯ, ಸೌಮ್ಯ ಮತ್ತು ವೈಷ್ಣವಿ ಅವರು ಅಭಿನಂದಿಸಿ ನೀವು ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಒಂದು ಸರ್ಟಿಫಿಕೇಟ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದು ನನಗೆ ಬಹಳ ಸಂತೋಷ. ಯಾಕೆ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ, ನಾನು ಲಾಕ್ ಸೇರ್ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ಮೆಡಿಕಲ್ ಕಾಲೇಜ್ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಅಡ್ಮಿಷನ್ ನಮ್ಮ ಅಣ್ಣ ಅಲ್ಲಿಗೆ ಹೋಗಿದ್ರು, ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್ ಅಡ್ಮಿಷನ್ ಇಂಜಿನಿಯರಿಂಗ್ ಕಾಲೇಜ್, ಯಾವ್ದಾದ್ರು BEd ಕಾಲೇಜೋ ಟೀಚರ್ಸ್ ಟ್ರೈನಿಂಗ್ ಕಾಲೇಜೋ ಇದ್ರೆ ಅಲ್ಲಿಗೆ ಹೋಗ್ತಾ ಇದ್ರು. ಎಲ್ಲೂ ಸೀಟ್ ಸಿಗ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದವರು ಲಾಕ್ ಬರ್ತಾರೆ. By and large, we were third class students, if not second class. Very rarely. ಅಂತದ್ರಲ್ಲಿ I am extremely delighted. 90% ತಗೊಂಡವ್ರು ಲಾಕ್ ಬರ್ತಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ನನಗೆ ಅದೊಂದು ದೊಡ್ಡ ಸುದ್ದಿ. ಯಾಕಂದ್ರೆ ನಮ್ಮ ಕಾಲದಲ್ಲಿ I congratulate all of you for taking this course. ಎಷ್ಟು ಜನ ಇದನ್ನ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಚಾಯ್ಸ್ ಆಗ ಆಯ್ಕೆ ಮಾಡಿಕೊಟ್ರಿ, ನಾವು ಕಾನೂನು ಶಿಕ್ಷಣ ಪಡಿಬೇಕು ಅಂತ. ವೆರಿ ಗುಡ್, ಬಹಳ ಸಂತೋಷ. Friends, I can tell you, you will never regret for taking up this course. ಇವತ್ತು ನೀವು ಮುಂದೆ ಕಲಿತಾ ಇರ್ತೀರಿ. ನಮ್ಮ ಸಂವಿಧಾನದ ಅಡಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ರಾಜ್ಯ ಶಕ್ತಿಯನ್ನ, ಸ್ಟೇಟ್ ಪವರ್, it is distributed among 3 organs. Yavadadi? Very good. ಭಾರತದ ಸನ್ನಿವೇಶದಲ್ಲಿ ನಾನು ಇತ್ತೀಚೆಗೆ ಚೈನಾಕ್ಕೆ ಹೋಗಿದ್ದೆ. ಇಡೀ ದೇಶ ಸುತ್ತಾಡಿದ್ರು ಒಬ್ಬ ಲಾಯರ್ ಸಿಕ್ಕಿಲ್ಲ. ನಾನು ಬರ್ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ಏನ್ರಿ ಇದು ಇಂಥ ಪರಿಸ್ಥಿತಿ, ಯಾಕೆ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ nobody joins law, sir. ಯಾಕೆ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ because even the Supreme Court has to function under the President's direction. So there is no point in going to the judiciary. We will better go to the executive ಅಂತ ಅಂದ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಎಲ್ಲ ಕಮ್ಯುನಿಸ್ಟ್ ಪಾರ್ಟಿ ಮೆಂಬರ್ಗಳಾಗಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಅಧಿಕಾರಕ್ಕೆ. ಆದ್ರೆ ನಮ್ಮಲ್ಲಿ ಹಾಗಿಲ್ಲ. ಶಾಸಕಾಂಗ, ಕಾರ್ಯಾಂಗ, ನ್ಯಾಯಾಂಗ, ಶುರುವಿನಲ್ಲಿ ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ಸಮಾನವಾದಂತಹ ಒಂದು ಕ್ಷೇತ್ರದಲ್ಲಿ ಅವರವರ ಕ್ಷೇತ್ರದಲ್ಲಿ ಕೆಲಸ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ರೆ, ಇತ್ತೀಚೆಗೆ ಏನಾಗ್ಬಿಟ್ಟಿದೆ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ನೀವು ಯಾರನ್ನ ಪಾರ್ಲಿಮೆಂಟ್ ಮೆಂಬರ್ ಆಗಿ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಿ, ಯಾರು ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ, ಯಾರು ಹೇಳಿ? ಸಿಟಿಸನ್ಸ್. ದೇಶ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್, ಪ್ರಜೆಗಳು ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ. ನೀವು ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದ ಪ್ರಜೆಗಳ ರೆಪ್ರೆಸೆಂಟೇಟಿವ್ಸ್ ಅವರು ಕಾರ್ಯಾಂಗವನ್ನ they choose the ministers. But very strange thing in our judiciary, they just choose themselves. We have no role. Executive has no role. They are rewriting the constitution. And it is working. Why? Why? Can anybody tell me? Why? Because judiciary has become such a powerful institution which cannot be touched. Nowhere in the world judges appoint themselves. And more importantly, judges can annul a law of the parliament, can annul an executive action, can even issue directions. Many times it has enacted law, which you are going to learn in your classes. So it has become such a powerful body, and you have done the right thing to choose the powerful body to work with in your future and in your career. So I congratulate you. ಅದೆಲ್ಲಕ್ಕಿಂತಲೂ ಮುಖ್ಯವಾಗಿ ಒಬ್ಬ ಡಾಕ್ಟರ್ ರೋಗಿಗಳು ಬಂದಾಗ ಮಾತ್ರ ಔಷಧಿ ಕೊಡ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಸಾಧ್ಯ. ಹೆಚ್ಚಿಗೆ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ನೀವು ರೋಗ ಬರದೇ ಇರೋ ತರ ಯಾಕೆ ನೋಡ್ಕೋಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ಬೋದು. ಒಬ್ಬ ಮಿನಿಸ್ಟರ್ ಅವನು ಕೊಟ್ಟಿರೋ ಖಾತೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಮಾತ್ರ ಕೆಲಸ ಮಾಡ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಸಾಧ್ಯ. ಡೆಪ್ಯೂಟಿ ಕಮಿಷನರ್ IAS ಆಫೀಸರ್ ಅವನು ಕೊಟ್ಟಿರೋ ಜಿಲ್ಲೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಮಾತ್ರ ಕೆಲಸ ಮಾಡ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಸಾಧ್ಯ. ಒಂದು ಟೀಚರ್ ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿರುವಂತ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ರೂಮ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಮಾತ್ರ ಪಾಠ ಮಾಡಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಸಾಧ್ಯ, ಆ ಸಬ್ಜೆಕ್ಟ್ ನಲ್ಲಿ ಮಾತ್ರ. ಆದರೆ ನೀವುಗಳು ಕಾನೂನು ವಿದ್ಯಾರ್ಥಿಗಳಾದವರು ಮುಂದೆ ಕಾನೂನಿನ ಅಭ್ಯಾಸದಲ್ಲಿ ತೊಡಗಿದಾಗ, ಲೀಗಲ್ ಪ್ರಾಕ್ಟೀಸ್ಗೆ ಬಂದಾಗ ನೀವು ಪ್ರಪಂಚದ ಯಾವುದೇ ವಿಚಾರದ ಮೇಲೆ ಕೆಲಸ ಮಾಡಬಹುದು, ಯಾವುದೇ ಕ್ಷೇತ್ರದಲ್ಲಿ ನೀವು ಸಾಧನೆ ಮಾಡಬಹುದು, ಯಾವುದೇ ಕ್ಷೇತ್ರದಲ್ಲಿ ನೀವು ಪರಿಣಿತಿಯನ್ನು ಪಡೆಯಬಹುದು. Lawyers have the widest canvas to work with, the greatest opportunity to excel and serve, which no other profession gives. So I congratulate all of you for choosing the law course. You have done the best. I have been given a very limited time. Normally, as a professor, I used to take 1 hour. It is not even half of it what is given to me, but I stick to it, I assure you, I will not accept. So ನಿಮಗೆ ನಾನು ಕೊಡುವ 5 ಕಿವಿ ನುಡಿಗಳು, ಕೀನೋಟ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ, ಕಿವಿ ನುಡಿಗಳನ್ನ ನಾನು ಕೊಡ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಇಚ್ಛೆ ಪಡುವುದು. ನಿಮ್ಮ ಜೀವನದ ಪರ್ಯಂತ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಜೊತೆಗಿರುವ, ನಿಮ್ಮ ವೃತ್ತಿಯ ಪರ್ಯಂತ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಜೊತೆಗಿರುವ ಅಂತಹ 5 ವಿಚಾರಗಳನ್ನು ಮಾತ್ರ. ಇದನ್ನ ನಾನು ನನ್ನ ವಿದ್ಯಾರ್ಥಿಗಳಿಗೆ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೆ. ನಿಮ್ ತರನೇ 330-350 ಜನ ವಿದ್ಯಾರ್ಥಿಗಳನ್ನ ಕೂಡಿಸ್ಕೊಂಡು ಪಾಠ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೆ. ಸೊ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಿದ್ದೇನು ಅಂದ್ರೆ, ನೀವು ನಿಮ್ಮ ವೃತ್ತಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ನಾಳೆ ಎಷ್ಟು ಜನ ಲಾಯರ್ಸ್ ಆಗ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಇಚ್ಛೆ ಪಡ್ತೀವಿ? ಕೈ ಎತ್ತಿ ನೋಡೋಣ. ವೆರಿ ಗುಡ್. ನಾನು ನನ್ನ ಸುಮಾರು 100 ಜನಕ್ಕೆ ಟ್ರೈನಿಂಗ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟು ಇವತ್ತು ನನ್ನ ಆಫೀಸಿಂದ ಹೊರಗಡೆ ಕಳಿಸಿದ್ದೇನೆ. ಒಂದು 25 ಸ್ವತಂತ್ರ ನ್ಯಾಯವಾದಿಗಳ ಕಚೇರಿಗಳು ನಡೀತಾ ಇದೆ. ಅವ್ರಿಗೆಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ಹೇಳೋದು ಫಸ್ಟ್, ನೀವು ದಯವಿಟ್ಟು ಯಾವುದೇ ಸರ್ಕಾರಿ ಹುದ್ದೆಗೆ ಹೋಗ್ಬೇಡಿ, IAS ಹೋಗ್ಬೇಡಿ, ಅದಕ್ಕಿಂತ ದೊಡ್ಡ ಹುದ್ದೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಇದ್ದೀರಿ. IPS ಹೋಗ್ಬೇಡಿ, ಜಡ್ಜು ಆಗ್ಬೇಡಿ, ಅದಕ್ಕಿನ್ನೂ ಹೆಚ್ಚಿನ ಇದಿದೆ. ನಾನು ಈಗ ಲುಕಿಂಗ್ ಬ್ಯಾಕ್, ಈಗ ತಾನೇ ನಾವು ಮಾತಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ವಿ, ನನ್ನ ಹತ್ರ ಟ್ರೈನಿಂಗ್ ತಗೊಂಡವರು ನನ್ನ ಮಾತು ಮೀರಿ ಜಡ್ಜ್ಗಳಾದ್ರು. ಅವರೆಲ್ಲ ರಿಟೈರ್ ಆಗಿ ಇವತ್ತು ಮನೇಲಿ ಓದ್ಕೊಂಡು ಮಲಗಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ನಾನು ಇನ್ನೂ ನಿಮ್ ಮುಂದೆ ನಿಂತ್ಕೊಂಡು ಮಾತಾಡೋ ಶಕ್ತಿ ಇದೆ ನನಗೆ. ಸಾಧ್ಯ ಆಗಿದೆ ಯಾಕೆ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ನಾನು ಯಾವುದೇ ಹುದ್ದೆಗೂ ಹೋಗ್ಲಿಲ್ಲ. ಸೊ ಐ ಕಂಗ್ರಾಚುಲೇಟ್ ಯು ಫಾರ್ ಚೂಸಿಂಗ್ ದಿಸ್. ಇದು ಸೊ ನಿಮ್ಮ ವೃತ್ತಿಯಲ್ಲೇ ಆಗ್ಲಿ, ನಿಮ್ಮ ಕಾನೂನಿನ ಅಭ್ಯಾಸದಲ್ಲೇ ಆಗ್ಲಿ, ಕಾನೂನು ವಿದ್ಯಾರ್ಥಿಗಳಾಗಿ ಆಗ್ಲಿ, ದಯವಿಟ್ಟು ಈ ಪಂಚಶೀಲ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ, 5 ಮಾತುಗಳನ್ನ ನೆನಪಿಸಿ. ಮೊಟ್ಟ ಮೊದಲನೇದಾಗಿ ನೀವು ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕಾಗ್ತದೆ. ಆಸ್ ಸ್ಟೂಡೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಲಾ ನಮ್ಗೆ ಯೂನಿಫಾರ್ಮೇ ಇರ್ಲಿಲ್ಲ. ಮತ್ ನಾವೆಲ್ಲ ಪಾರ್ಟ್ ಟೈಮ್ ಸ್ಟೂಡೆಂಟ್ಸ್. ಬೆಳಿಗ್ಗೆ ದುಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ಸಾಯಂಕಾಲ ನಾನು ಈವ್ನಿಂಗ್ ಕಾಲೇಜ್ಗೆ ಹೋಗ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೆ, ಇಲ್ಲಾಂದ್ರೆ ನಾನು ಲಾಯರೇ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೆ. ಯು ಆರ್ ರಿಯಲಿ ಬ್ಲೆಸ್ಡ್ ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಯು ಆರ್ ನೌ ಇನ್ ಅ ಫುಲ್ ಟೈಮ್ ಕೋರ್ಸ್. ಇದು ನಿಮ್ಮ ಮುಖ್ಯ. ಇದು ಸೊ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಪ್ಪಾ ನೀವು ಅನುಸರಿಸಬೇಕು ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ, ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಫಾರ್ಮೋಸ್ಟ್, ಎ ಲಾಯರ್ ಇಸ್ ಲೀಡರ್ ಆಫ್ ದಿ ಸ್ಟೇಟ್ and the country. Lawyer is leader of the nation. Who was Mahatma Gandhi? Very good. Who was Jawaharlal Nehru? Who was Sardar Patel? Who was Muhammad Ali Jinnah? So only lawyers could lead the nation. Even now it is the lawyers who lead the nation. Therefore, if you are a leader and if you become a lawyer, you are called as an officer of the court. You are an officer of the court. So you should have that officer-like quality. What is the officer-like quality? Look at Ambedkar. Have you seen him in a dress, without a suit, without a tie? He was always super smart. He was dressed so well. Everyone would look up. Oh, here is a gentleman. Oh, here is an officer. So that is the way you should dress. You should be extra smart so that others will look at you. Oh, here is a smart man. Here is a student of Seshadripuram Law College. There are other institutions also, but he must be a law student. Look at his smartness. And smartness should go with discipline. What is discipline? It's a very simple phenomenon. ತಲೆ ಕೆಡಿಸ್ಕೋಬೇಡಿ ನೀವು. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ 3 ಮಂತ್ರ ಇದೆ. Think straight, act straight, walk straight. That's all. automatically you will be the most disciplined person. Think straight, act straight, walk straight. This is what I learned as an NCC cadet. I was told discipline means this. Colonel C.K.R. Rao ಅಂತ ನಮ್ಮ commandant ಇದ್ರು, ಅವ್ರು ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ರು. So that is the first rule of Panchashila. Second rule, equally important, if not more. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಬಹಳ ಪ್ರತಿಭಾನ್ವಿತ ವಿದ್ಯಾರ್ಥಿಗಳಿಗೆ ನಾನು ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಸರ್ಟಿಫಿಕೇಟ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟೆ. ಆದರೆ 90% ಬರದೇ ಇರೋರು ತಲೆ ಕೆಡಿಸ್ಕೋಬೇಡಿ. Legal profession ಅಲ್ಲಿ gold medalists have not succeeded so much. I can assure you. You need not be a gold medalist to succeed in law. So then how can you succeed? You can succeed if you excel in what you are doing. You should excel. ನಾನು ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಇನ್ನೂ ಒಂದು ಮಾತು ಹೇಳ್ತೇನೆ, ನನ್ನ ಅನುಭವದ ಮಾತು ಇದು. ನಾನು ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಇಯರ್ ಲಾನಲ್ಲಿ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ಗೆ ಹೋಗ್ಲಿಲ್ಲ, ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ನಾನು ದುಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ಓದ್ಬೇಕಿತ್ತು, ಸುಸ್ತಾಗೋಗ್ಬಿಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೆ. ಬೆಳಿಗ್ಗೆ 7 ಗಂಟೆಗೆ ನಾನು ಲ್ಯಾಬೊರೇಟರಿ ಹೋಗಿ ಐ ವಾಸ್ ಇನ್ ರಿಸರ್ಚ್ ಪ್ರಾಜೆಕ್ಟ್. ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಇಯರ್ಗೆ ಹೋಗ್ಲೇ ಇಲ್ಲ, ಸುಮ್ಮನೆ ನಮ್ಮ ತಂದೆ ಒತ್ತಾಯಕ್ಕೆ ಸೇರ್ಕೊಂಡಿತ್ತು. ದಟ್ ವಾಸ್ ಅ ವೆರಿ ಬಿಗ್, ಐ ಡೋಂಟ್ ನೋ ಇಟ್ ವಾಸ್ ಎ ಗುಡ್ ಥಿಂಗ್ ಆರ್ ಬ್ಯಾಡ್ ಥಿಂಗ್. ಲಾಯರ್ ಅಂತೂ ಆಗ್ತಿರ್ಲಿಲ್ಲ. So to obey my father, because we had no option, we had to obey. More so my brother, who is here, he used to receive the major brunt of it. So, ಹೋಗ್ಲೇ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್ ಇಯರು ಸುಮ್ಮನೆ ನೋಡೋಣ ಅಂತ ಒಂದು ದಿವಸ ಹೋಗಿದ್ದೆ. ಇನ್ಸಿಡೆಂಟ್ಲಿ ನಮ್ಮ ಪ್ರಿನ್ಸಿಪಾಲು, he was a very notorious man for his discipline and authority. Professor V. Krishnamurthy ಅಂತ, he was a doyen of the legal bar.
He was our vice president also.
He was vice president. ಅವರು ಆಗ್ತಾನೆ ಮಾರ್ಕ್ಸ್ ಕಾರ್ಡ್ ಬಂದಿತ್ತು. ಇನ್ಫ್ಯಾಕ್ಟ್ ನಾನು ಮಾರ್ಕ್ಸ್ ಕಾರ್ಡ್ ತಗೊಳಕ್ ಹೋಗಿದ್ದೆ. ಯಾರಪ್ಪ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಬಂದಿದ್ದೀರಾ ನನ್ನ ಸಬ್ಜೆಕ್ಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇದ್ರು. ನನಗೆ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಆಲ್ ಅವ್ರು ಯಾವ ಸಬ್ಜೆಕ್ಟ್ ತಗೊಂಡಿದ್ರು ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಇಯರ್ ಗೊತ್ತೇ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಸರಿ, ಯಾರೋ ಎದ್ದು ನಿಂತ್ಕೊಂಡ್ರು, ಗೀತಾ ಶೆಣೈ ಅಂತ. ಅವರು ಸರ್ ಐ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಸೆಕ್ಯೂರ್ಡ್ ಸೋ ಮಚ್ ಸರ್. ಸರಿ, ಶಬಾಷ್ ಅಂತ ಎಲ್ಲ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರು. ಪಕ್ಕದಲ್ಲಿ ಇನ್ನೊಬ್ಬ ನನ್ನ ಪಕ್ಕದಲ್ಲಿ ಕೂತಿದ್ದು, ಏಯ್ ಈ ಮಾರ್ಕ್ಸ್ ಕಾರ್ಡ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಅವಳಿಗಿನ್ನ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಬಂದಿದೆ ನೋಡೋ ಅಂತ. ಯಾವ ಸಬ್ಜೆಕ್ಟ್ ಅಂದೆ? ಟಾರ್ಟ್ಸ್. ಹೌದಾ, ಟಾರ್ಟ್ಸ್ ಎಷ್ಟು ಬಂದಿದೆ? ಓ ಹೌದಲ್ಲ, ಅವ್ಳು ಹೇಳಿದ್ದಕ್ಕಿಂತ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಬಂದಿದೆ, ಹೇಳೋ ಅಂತ. ನಾನು ಹೇಳಲಿಲ್ಲ. ಯಾಕೆ? ಪಾಪ ಒಂದು ಗರ್ಲ್ ಹ್ಯಾಸ್ ಆಲ್ರೆಡಿ ಟೇಕನ್ ದಿ ಕ್ರೆಡಿಟ್ ಲೆಟ್ ಹರ್ ಎಂಜಾಯ್ ಇಟ್ ಅಂತ. ಇವನು ಎದ್ದು ನಿಂತ್ಕೊಂಡು ಹೇಳ್ಬಿಟ್ಟ, ಸರ್ ಇವ್ನು ರವಿ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಬಂದ್ಬಿಟ್ಟಿದೆ ಸರ್. ಯಾರಪ್ಪ ಅದು? ರವಿ ಅಂತ ಅದು ನಮ್ಮ ಎಷ್ಟು. ನಾನು ಎದ್ದು ನಿಂತ್ಕೊಂಡೆ. ಐ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ನೆವರ್ ಸೀನ್ ಯುವರ್ ಫೇಸ್ ಇನ್ ಮೈ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್. ಸರ್ ಐ ಆಮ್ ಸೋ ಅಂಡ್ ಸೋ ಸೋ ಅಂಡ್ ಸೋ ಸರ್. ಹೌ ದ ಹೆಲ್ ಡಿಡ್ ಯು ಕಮ್ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಇನ್ ಮೈ ಸಬ್ಜೆಕ್ಟ್ without attending a single class? Then he gave me the title Ekalavya. ಏಕಲವ್ಯ, ಈ ವರ್ಷ ನಿನಗೆ ವಿನಾಯಿತಿ. ನೀನ್ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಸೀಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಬೆಂಚ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಬರ್ಕೋಬೇಕು. ಎಲ್ಲೋ ಹಿಂದ್ಗಡೆ ಕೂತಿದ್ದೆ ಅವತ್ತು. ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಸೀಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಬೆಂಚ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಕೂತ್ಕೊಂಡು ನಾನು ಹೇಳಿ ಪಾಠ ಕೇಳಿಸ್ತು. ಇಲ್ಲ ನಾನು ಲೆಕ್ಚರೇ ಕೊಡೋದಿಲ್ಲ. ಇಟ್ಸ್ ಅ ವೆರಿ ಟಫ್ ಗೈ. So he made it a point that I sit in the first bench, first place, and listen to his subsequent law lecture on Hindu. So then onwards, I really took law seriously, because more so because Professor Nanjan Swami was my constitution law professor. ಅವಾಗ ನಮ್ಮೊಂದು ಒಳ್ಳೆ ಆಪರ್ಚುನಿಟಿ ಇತ್ತು. ಏನಪ್ಪ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ, ಕೇಶವಾನಂದ ಭಾರತಿ ಅಂತ ನೀವೆಲ್ಲ ಕೇಳಿರ್ತೀರಿ. ಅದರ ಮೊಕದ್ದಮೆ ಕೋರ್ಟ್ ನಲ್ಲಿ ನಡೀತಾ ಇತ್ತು. ಅದರ ವಾದ ವಿವಾದಗಳು ದಿನ ಪಬ್ಲಿಷ್ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇತ್ತು. ಸೊ ನಮ್ಗೆ ಪ್ರತಿ ದಿವಸ ಅದರದ್ದು ಪಾಠ. ಸೊ ಹೀಗೆ ನನಗೆ ಇದು ಸಿಕ್ಕಿದ್ದು. ಅದು It gave me an opportunity to excel in the field of law because of my hard work. Thereafterwards, I started working seriously and studying seriously. So this is the second rule of Panchashila. I think I worked it in 5 minutes.
Take your time, second. Give you my time also.
So Panchashilada ಎರಡನೇ rule, you should work hard. Work so hard that Professor Krishnamurti told me this. Sir, then I told him after the class, I met him, sir, sorry sir, I did not attend your class. No. Class ಎಲ್ಲ ಹೇಳ್ಬೇಕಪ್ಪ ನಿಜ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ is nothing but common sense. What? Law is nothing but common sense. Double distilled experience coupled with certain value codes. More importantly, what it ought to be. ಯಾವುದು ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿರುತ್ತೆ, ಯಾವ್ದು ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿರುತ್ತೆ ಅದನ್ನು ನಿರೀಕ್ಷೆ ಮಾಡೋದೇ ಕಾನೂನಿನ. So don't be afraid. Law is a very difficult subject. A jurisprudence class ಒಂದು ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ನೀವು ಅದೊಂದು ಎಕ್ಸರ್ಸೈಸ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ಮಿಗ್ನದ್ದೆಲ್ಲನೂ ಬೇಸಿಕ್ ಕಾಮನ್ ಸೆನ್ಸ್. And if you excel in jurisprudence, you will excel in every other branch of law. Therefore, don't miss your jurisprudence class and work hard on jurisprudence. Understand the concepts well. Don't worry about the provisions of law. Provisions are always there, statutes are always there. Don't worry about concepts you should understand. ಸಂವಿಧಾನ ಓದುವಾಗಲೂ ನಿಮಗೆ ಕನ್ಸೆಪ್ಟ್ಸ್ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಇರಬೇಕು. ಆ ಕನ್ಸೆಪ್ಟ್ಸ್ ಅನ್ನ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ರೂಮ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಮೇಷ್ಟ್ರುಗಳು ಹೇಳ್ಕೊಡ್ತಾರೆ. ಅದನ್ನ ಮನನ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ, ಅರ್ಥ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. ಮತ್ತೆ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗದೇ ಇದ್ರೆ, ಮೈ ಡಿಯರ್ ಸ್ಟೂಡೆಂಟ್ಸ್, ಪ್ಲೀಸ್ ಲಿಸನ್ ಟು ದಿಸ್. Please stand up and ask questions. You may be asking a stupid question, doesn't matter. You may think it is elementary, doesn't matter, because you will never get an opportunity to learn it later. And in a classroom, you are entitled to commit mistakes. Commit them. You have the freedom to commit mistakes. I'm telling you by experience. I allowed my students to ask all kinds of questions. They used to bombard me with questions. I was very happy to receive that and answer them. So that today I can boldly proclaim my students have understood this concept well. So ನೀವು ಆ ಕೆಲಸ ಮಾಡಿ ಎದ್ದು ನಿಂತ್ಕೊಂಡು ಕೇಳಿ, ಧೈರ್ಯವಾಗಿ ಕೇಳಿ, ಎಂತ ಪ್ರಶ್ನೆ ಆದ್ರೂ ಕೇಳಿ. ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗದೆ ಇದ್ರೆ ಪ್ರೊಫೆಸರ್ನ ಮುಂದುವರಿಯಕ್ಕೆ ಬಿಡಬೇಡಿ. ಓಕೆ? So this is how you can excel. And the third, ನಿಮ್ಮಲ್ಲಿ ಎಷ್ಟು ಜನ ತಿಳ್ಕೊಂಡಿದ್ದೀರಿ ಈ ಸಮಾಜದಲ್ಲಿ ಕರಪ್ಷನ್ ಇಲ್ಲ, ನಮ್ದು ಬಹಳ ಆನೆಸ್ಟ್ ಸಮಾಜ ಅಂತ? ಒಬ್ರು ಕೈ ಎತ್ತಲ್ವಲ್ಲ. ಹೋಗ್ಲಿ, ಎಷ್ಟು ಜನ ತಿಳ್ಕೊಂಡಿದ್ದೀರಿ ನಾವು ಈ ಸಮಾಜದಲ್ಲಿ ಭ್ರಷ್ಟಾಚಾರನ ನಿರ್ಮೂಲನ ಮಾಡಬಹುದು? ನನ್ನ ಗೆಳೆಯರು ಮಾತ್ರ ಕೈ ಎತ್ತುತ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ, ನೀವು ಯಾರೋ ಎತ್ತು. ಓಕೆ, ಕರಪ್ಷನ್ ಕಿತ್ತಾಕಕ್ಕಾಗಲ್ಲ ಅಲ್ವಾ? I'll give you a very small, a very simple experience of my life. ರಸ್ತೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಕಸ ಬಿದ್ದಿದೆ ಅಂತ ನೀವು ಏನು ಬಕೆಟ್ ತಗೊಂಡು ಪರ್ಕೆ ತಗೊಂಡು ಹೋಗಿ ಕಸ ಗುಡಿಸ್ಬೇಕಾಗಿಲ್ಲ ಅಲ್ವಾ? ಒಂದು ನೀವು ದಯವಿಟ್ಟು ಅನುಸರಿಸಿ, ನೀವು ರಸ್ತೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಕಸ ಹಾಕ್ಬೇಡಿ. ಏನ್ ಹೇಳಿ? ನೀವು ರಸ್ತೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಕಸ ಅವಾಗ ನಿಮಗೆ ಒಂದು ಮಾರಲ್ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಬರುತ್ತೆ, ಮಾರಲ್ ಸ್ಟ್ರೆಂತ್. ಇನ್ನೊಬ್ಬ ಹಾಕನ ಇದು ರಸ್ತೆ ಕಣೋ ಕಸ್ಬುಟ್ಟಿ ಅಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳುವಷ್ಟು ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಆ ಮಾರಲ್ ಇದೆ. ಸೊ ಭ್ರಷ್ಟಾಚಾರನೂ ಅಷ್ಟೇನೆ. ಓಟ್ ಹಾಕೋದಕ್ಕೆ ದುಡ್ಡು ತಗೋಬಿಡಿ. ನಾಳೆ ನೀವು ಪಾಲಿಟಿಷಿಯನ್ಸ್ ಆಗ್ಬೋದು, ನೀವು ಎಲೆಕ್ಷನ್ ನಿಲ್ಬೋದು, ವಿಶ್ ಯು ಆಲ್ ದ ಬೆಸ್ಟ್. ಬಟ್ ನೀವು ದುಡ್ಡು ಕೊಟ್ಟು ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ ಆಗಬೇಡಿ. Otherwise you will become a slave of your own conduct. ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಯಾರನ್ನು ಕೇಳೋ ಅಷ್ಟೇ ಇದಿರೋದಿಲ್ಲ. ಸೊ ಯಾವುದೇ ಕ್ಷೇತ್ರದಲ್ಲಿದ್ರು ನಾನು ಭ್ರಷ್ಟನಾಗೋದಿಲ್ಲ, ನಾನು ಯಾರಿಗೂ ಲಂಚ ಕೊಡೋದಿಲ್ಲ, ನಾನು ಯಾರಿಗೂ ತಗೊಳ್ಳೋದು, ಯಾರಿಗೂ ತಗೊಳ್ಳೋದು. ಇಷ್ಟೇ ಗೆಳೆಯರೆ. ನಾನು ನನ್ನ ಜೀವನದಲ್ಲಿ ನನ್ನ ತಂದೆ ಒಬ್ರು ಹೆಡ್ ಮಾಸ್ಟರ್ ಬಹಳ ಸ್ಟ್ರಿಕ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿ ಇವನ್ನೆಲ್ಲ ನಮ್ಗೆ ಕಲಿಸಿದ್ರು. ಹಾಗಾಗಿ ನಾನಾಗ್ಲಿ, ನಮ್ಮ ಅಣ್ಣ ಅವರಾಗ್ಲಿ, ನನ್ನ ತಮ್ಮಗಳಾಗ್ಲಿ ಯಾರಿಗೂ ಯಾವತ್ತೂ ಎಲ್ಲೂ ಯಾವತ್ತೂ ಲಂಚ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿಲ್ಲ, ಯಾವತ್ತೂ ಯಾಕೆಂದ್ರೆ ಲಾಯರ್ ಆದ್ಮೇಲೆ ವಿಪುಲವಾದ ಅವಕಾಶ ಇರುತ್ತೆ ಭ್ರಷ್ಟಾಚಾರಕ್ಕೆ. ಎದುರುಗಡೆ ಕಕ್ಷಿದಾರರು ಬಂದು ನಿಮಗೆ ಲಂಚ ಕೊಡ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಲಾಯರ್ ಇರ್ತಾರೆ. ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಅಷ್ಟೊಂದು ಆರ್ಗ್ಯೂ ಮಾಡಬೇಡ್ರಣ್ಣ, ಕಮ್ಮಿ ಮಾಡು ಅಂತಾರೆ. ಓಕೆ, ಅಂತವ್ರಿಗೆಲ್ಲನೂ ನೀವು ಹಿಮ್ಮೆಟ್ಟಿಸುವ ಒಂದೇ ಅವಕಾಶ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ನೀವು ಭ್ರಷ್ಟಾಚಾರಿಗಳಾಗದೆ ಸತ್ಯವಂತರಾಗಿ ನಿಮ್ಮ ವೃತ್ತಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ನಡ್ಕೋಬೇಕು. ದಟ್ಸ್ ವೆರಿ ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್. ಸೊ ಕರಪ್ಟ್ ಫ್ರೀ honest profession, I can assure you this is an endangered species. It is honest advocates, it is an endangered species. So there is always room at the top, whether you are a very efficient lawyer or inefficient lawyer, but you can be a honest lawyer. All of you can, and people will come in search of a honest lawyer. There is dire need of honesty. Honesty is the best policy, no doubt. ದಯವಿಟ್ಟು ನೀವೆಲ್ಲರೂ ಕೂಡ ಅಂತಹ ಒಂದು ಪ್ರಾಮಾಣಿಕ ವೃತ್ತಿ ಜೀವನ ನಡೆಸುವಂತ ಕೆಲಸನ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ದುಡ್ಡು ಕೊಟ್ಟು ಪಾಸ್ ಆಗೋದು ಅವೆಲ್ಲ ಮಾಡಬೇಡಿ, ಆಮೇಲೆ ಕಲಿಯೋದೇ ಇಲ್ಲ ನೀವು. You will become mediocre advocates. I have seen people who have bribed and got their degrees. They have miserably failed in the profession. ದಯವಿಟ್ಟು ಆ ಕೆಲಸ ಮಾಡಬೇಡಿ. ಫೇಲ್ ಆದ್ರೆ ಅವಮಾನ ಅಲ್ಲ, ಇಟ್ ಗಿವ್ಸ್ ಯು ಗ್ರೇಟರ್ ಆಪರ್ಚುನಿಟಿ ಟು ಸ್ಟಡಿ ಲಾ. Study it in depth for the second time, third time, fourth time. No, doesn't matter. Every failure is a stepping stone for success. Kindly listen to it and master the law. Get a greater opportunity to serve. So that is the third principle of Panchashila. Fourth, very personal, purely professional. You are all students of the Constitution. Our Constitution is the best Constitution in the world. ಪ್ರಪಂಚದ ಬಹುತೇಕ ಕಾನ್ಸ್ಟಿಟ್ಯೂಷನ್ಗಳು ಹುಟ್ಟಿದ ಕೂಡಲೇ ಸಾಯ್ತವೆ. ನಮ್ಮ ನೆರೆಯ ರಾಷ್ಟ್ರಗಳನ್ನು ನೋಡಿ, ಶ್ರೀಲಂಕಾದಲ್ಲಿ ಸರ್ ಐವರ್ ಜೆನ್ನಿಂಗ್ಸ್ ಡ್ರಾಫ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದಂತ ಉತ್ತಮ ಪಂಡಿತ, ಗ್ರೇಟ್ ಕಾನ್ಸ್ಟಿಟ್ಯೂಷನಲ್ ಜೂರಿಸ್ಟ್ from England. He drafted the Sri Lankan constitution. I was in Sri Lanka 1 week ago. They were all surprised to see the way our constitution is thriving and working. They lamented. Their own Chief Justice was lamenting. So please bear this in mind. Our constitution is the best. Nepal constitution has failed. Bangladesh constitution has failed. Pakistan constitution has failed. Our constitution is great. The average life of a constitution is 17 years in the world. The average life. So, by that yardstick, our constitution has already overstepped its life expectancy. Why? Because our constitution has produced the best document, best organic document, which can grow with times, which can take challenges, which can assimilate all kinds of crises, including constitutional crisis. So, study the Constitution well. More important, the Constitution gives you some values. What are the values? Meghana was mentioning, Pratibha was mentioning about it. Justice and equity. Now you are going to argue for your client to give justice. Would you deny it to yourself? Would you deny it to your spouse? Would you deny it to your children? Would you deny it to your friends? So what we learn from the Constitution, or the constitutional values we get from our Constitution, maybe equality, maybe fraternity, maybe freedom. Not only argue for it to vindicate the rights of your clients, but also practice it in your personal life so that you don't discriminate between your sisters. ಅವಳೇನು ಹುಡುಗಿ ಅವಳ್ಯಾಕೆ ಹೋಗ್ಬೇಕಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ಬೇಕು. Don't deny. So you practice equality at home. More importantly, ಸ್ನೇಹಿತರೆ, ನಮ್ಮ ದೊಡ್ಡ ಪಿಡುಗು, ಎಲ್ಲದಕ್ಕಿಂತ ದೊಡ್ಡ ಪಿಡುಗು ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಜಾತಿ. This is the right age when you can dedicate yourself to constitutional values. To build an egalitarian society, a casteless society. Caste ಇರೋ society ಸಮಾನತೆಯ ಸಮಾಜ ಆಗ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಸಾಧ್ಯನೇ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಅಂಬೇಡ್ಕರ್ ಓದ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ, ಅದ್ರಲ್ಲಿ ಬಹಳ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ. 5,000 ಜಾತಿಗಳಿದ್ದಾವೆ. ಅವ್ರು ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ, ಒಂದು ಅಪಾರ್ಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಹುಟ್ಟಿದವನು ಅಲ್ಲೇ ಸಾಯ್ಬೇಕು, ಅವನ್ ಮೇಲಕ್ಕೂ ಹೋಗಂಗಿಲ್ಲ, ಕೆಳಗಡೆಗೂ ಬರಂಗಿಲ್ಲ. ಆ ತರ 5,000 ಅಪಾರ್ಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ಗಳಿದ್ದಾವೆ, ವಾಡಿಗಳಿದ್ದಾವೆ. ಸೊ ನೀವು ಕೂಡ ಇದನ್ನ ಡಿಮಾಲಿಷ್ ಮಾಡಿ ನೀವು ಕಟ್ಟಬೇಕು ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಜಾತ್ಯತೀತ ಸಮಾಜ ಕಟ್ಟಬೇಕು, ಜಾತೀಯತೆಯನ್ನ ತೊಡಗಬೇಕು. ಅದನ್ನ ನೀವು ಗಮನದಲ್ಲಿಟ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. ಅದಕ್ಕೋಸ್ಕರ ಸಂವಿಧಾನ ಬಹಳ ಒಳ್ಳೆಯ ಮೆಷಿನರಿ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದೆ, ಆಪರೇಟರ್ಸ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದೆ, ಸಾಧನಗಳನ್ನ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದೆ. ಅದನ್ನ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿ ಮನ್ನ ಮಾಡಿಕೊಂಡು, ಪ್ಲೀಸ್ ಡೋಂಟ್ ಪ್ರಾಕ್ಟೀಸ್ ಕಾಸ್ಟಿಸಮ್. Dedicate yourself today, here and now. That Constitution is your Bible. Constitution is your Gita. Constitution is your Quran. Proclaim boldly to anybody and everybody, and to yourself first. Practice constitutional values in your career, in your profession, in your student life. Last but not the least, ಪಂಚಶೀಲದ ಕೊನೆಯ ಮಾತು, ಬರೀ ಓದ್ ಕಲ್ತ್ರೆ ಸಾಲದು. ಎಷ್ಟು ಜನ T20 ಕ್ರಿಕೆಟ್ ನೋಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀರಾ? ಸಂತೋಷ. ಹೂ ಇಸ್ ವಿನ್ನಿಂಗ್? ಯಾರು ಫಿಯರ್ಲೆಸ್ ಆಗಿ ಬ್ಯಾಟಿಂಗ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾನೋ ಅವ್ನು ಗೆಲ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ. ನಮ್ಮ ವೃತ್ತಿಯಲ್ಲೂ ಅಷ್ಟೇ ಆ ಧೈರ್ಯ ಇರಬೇಕು. ಕಾನ್ಸ್ಟಿಟ್ಯೂಷನಲ್ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂಸ್ ಪ್ರಾಕ್ಟೀಸ್ ಮಾಡೋನ್ಗೆ ಎದ್ದು ನಿಂತ್ಕೊಂಡು ಧೈರ್ಯ ಇರಬೇಕು. ದಿಸ್ ಇಸ್ ಕಾನ್ಸ್ಟಿಟ್ಯೂಷನಲ್, ದಿಸ್ ಇಸ್ ಅನ್ಕಾನ್ಸ್ಟಿಟ್ಯೂಷನಲ್. ಜಡ್ಜ್ ಎದುರುಗಡೆ ನಿಂತ್ಕೊಂಡು ಹೇಳುವ ಧೈರ್ಯ ಇರಬೇಕು. ಯು ಶುಡ್ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ದಟ್ ಕರೇಜ್ ಆಫ್ ಕನ್ವಿಕ್ಷನ್. Courage of conviction to fight injustice wherever it is. Violation of the human rights wherever it happens. Discrimination wherever it happens. So that kind of a courage of conviction, you should build it. And just give you one story and end up this thing. Hitler ಎಲ್ಲರನ್ನು ಹೊಡೆದು ಜೈಲಿಗೆ ಹಾಕ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದ, ಯಹೂದಿಗಳನ್ನಾಗ್ದ, ಕಮ್ಯುನಿಸ್ಟರ್ನಾಗ್ದ, ಲೆಫ್ಟಿಸ್ಟ್ನಾಗ್ದ, ಟ್ರೇಡ್ ಯೂನಿಯನ್ ಲೀಡರ್ಸ್ನಾಗ್ದ, ಎಲ್ಲರನ್ನು ಮಾಡ್ದ. ಆ ಊರಲ್ಲಿ ಒಬ್ಬ ಪಾದ್ರಿ ಇದ್ದ. ಪಾದ್ರಿ ಅನ್ಕೊಂಡ, ನಾನೇನು ಯಹೂದಿ ಅಲ್ಲ, ಸೊ ನನಗೇನು ಮಾಡಲ್ಲ, ನಾನೇನು ಕಮ್ಯುನಿಸ್ಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲ, ಏನು ಮಾಡಲ್ಲ, ನಾನೇನು ಟ್ರೇಡ್ ಯೂನಿಯನ್ ಲೀಡರ್ ಅಲ್ಲ, ನಾನು ಆರಾಮಾಗಿ ಚರ್ಚಲ್ಲಿ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ. ನೋಡಿದ್ರೆ ಚರ್ಚಿನ ಜನಗಳೆಲ್ಲ ಖಾಲಿ ಆಗ್ಬಿಟ್ಟಿದ್ರು, ಎಲ್ಲಾರನ್ನೂ ಹಿಟ್ಲರ್ ಜೈಲಿಗೆ ಹಾಕಿ ಕೊಂದಾಕ್ಬಿಟ್ಟಿದ್ರು. ಕೊನೆಗೆ ಯಾರು ಸಿಕ್ಲಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ ಹಿಟ್ಲರ್ ಇವನ್ ಹಿಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ಇನ್ನೇನು ಅವ್ನು ಹ್ಯಾಂಗ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕು, ಅವ್ನಿಗೆ ಕಾನ್ಸಂಟ್ರೇಷನ್ ಕ್ಯಾಂಪ್ ಕಳಿಸ್ಬೇಕು ಅನ್ನೋ ಟೈಮಲ್ಲಿ ಸಡನ್ ಆಗಿ ಹಿಟ್ಲರ್ ಸತ್ತು ಆ ಪ್ರಕ್ರಿಯೆ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನಿಂತೋಯ್ತು. ಸೊ ಇವ್ನು ಬಚಾವಾದ ಪಾದ್ರಿ. ಹಾಗೆ ಅವನ ಅನುಭವಗಳನ್ನ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಹೋಗ್ತಾ ಹೋಗ್ತಾ ಅಮೆರಿಕದ 2 ಪಾರ್ಲಿಮೆಂಟ್ ಹೌಸಸ್, ಅಪ್ಪರ್ ಹೌಸ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಲೋಯರ್ ಹೌಸ್, they invited him to address them in a joint session. He goes there, he address. Avaga he says, my friends, I have only one thing to tell you, nothing more. That is this: when injustice was done to Yehudis, I did not protest. When it was done to communists, I did not protest because I am not a communist. Like that, he went on giving 7 instances. And finally he said, when Hitler came to me, there was nobody to weep for me, let alone protest. So that should not happen. You should protest wherever and whenever there is injustice. And to whomsoever it may be to Palestinians today. Can't forget it. Can you believe that kind of a genocide taking place? In one voice, as students, I protested against what happened in Czechoslovakia. When Russia ran over Czechoslovakia, as a student, I had participated in this thing. Likewise, everywhere afterwards so this is very important for you. Your student life is golden life, and students' power is nation's power. You rise to the occasion. You protest wherever there is injustice. And whomsoever may be the victim, don't allow that to happen. So with these words, I congratulate you once again. I wish you the best of success, and I hope you'll all be very successful legal practitioners, if not jurists, teachers, law professors, or judges. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for drawing from your deep well of knowledge and experience and sharing it with us. We request Professor Lawrence Surendra, sir, to address the gathering.
Principal of the Law College, Dr. Pranita, Professor Dr. Uday Krishna, who's more a friend, and he has trustees of the Seshadripuram institutions, distinguished guests, and my dear students. Actually, I feel like a young lawyer who is entering the courtroom for the first time. Because I sat from day first today, I live in Mysore, I live on a farm. I may have a lot of degrees behind me, but it doesn't matter if I have to deal with the revenue department or corrupt lawyers. That's another story. So 2 days evenings I sat trying to say, what should I say? But then to myself I thought, how can I speak after Dr. Ravivarma Kumar, whom I've had the fortune of even sitting on the bench and listening to him argue. And now with online cases being online, you can sit fascinating listening to him. So, and Seshadripuram for me is like a family. I've come here many times. I've come and hoisted the flag at the Republic Day, which to us is perhaps the most important day because it is our Constitution Day, really. So I feel very comfortable coming here. But today I was really feeling nervous. What should I do? Whatever. But I am following a difficult act to follow. And like any junior lawyer with a senior lawyer, who will always say, sir, take my time. I have told him to take more of my time. I wanted to actually, I thought to myself and said, maybe I should follow what Dr. Ravivarma Kumar, Professor Ravivarma Kumar, good friend, a person whom I admire so much, and was a great motivation, even for me at my age, but I think he's a motivation for a lot of people, even my young law students whom I know in so many ways. He spoke, there was a felicitation ceremony for him at Vidhan Sauda. I must make one little awkward comment. I was so shocked a politician said, when the Bar Council, Karnataka Lawyers Association, organizes a felicitation ceremony, a function, for whom I think one of our greatest lawyers in the country, maybe even internationally, some politician says, how can you give it to a private function? I was so irritated, but that is the nature of society in which you live. That is the kind of kachada you have to clean also. That's one side. But I wanted to follow his speech because fortunately I couldn't go for the ceremony, but it is available online in June. I listened to it. And of course, every time you listen to Dr. Ravivarma Kumar, you learn, like today. There are a couple of things that he said that I thought I'll refer to again. He contributed because he worked under his very eminent jurists like Dr. Havalu, and of course Nandina Swami is mentioned. He was also involved in contributing to the writing of the South African Constitution. Justice Albie Sachs, partly because of my association with National Law School, is blind. He's a judge of the Supreme Court of South Africa. He visited me on the farm because he told the law school professors, I want to go see him. He's one of those few fellows still sitting in the farm. So he spent a day with me. I asked about the Indian Constitution. And he said it's a fantastic constitution. I also think it's the best constitution in the world because during my work in Asia, I know I've dealt with lawyers and jurists in Philippines, other places. They've always felt proud as an Indian what heritage was given to us. He told me it was one of the best constitutions. But unfortunately, it is not being worked to its maximum. That as lawyers we should remember. I always remember that. The other thing that I remember as a non-lawyer, how I got mixed up with lawyers, I'll tell you, was, and this is been my principle in life when I think of the Constitution. I think our Constitution is the Constitution which is a sacred pact. To me, that is the bottom line of the Constitution. As young people, you should think of it. It is a sacred pact between the haves and the have-nots. If that pact is broken, we stand today at a point in history where there is every attempt to break that pact. As a non-lawyer, let me be a little lawless. I always tell people that de facto we are an apartheid society. And there are always constant attempts to make us de jure an apartheid society. It will not succeed because of the power of the Constitution. But that attempt will succeed only if you young people forget that there is this sacred pact between the haves and the have-nots. We are haves. We are lucky. Whatever way, whichever background our families come from, whatever caste, community, economic, whatever, we are still beneficiaries of the society. Matter of fact, talking of caste, class, community and so on, when I used to teach in law school, some activist lawyers would come and tell me, how come you go and teach in National Law School? I said, I don't make judgments of students. Our past is something, accident of history. When people ask me what's my religion, because I'm a Lawrence, I'm an atheist in a way, but I always say I'm a Christian by accident of history. Our religion is an accident of history. Our caste is an accident of history. None of us chose it. And there is no reason to keep it. First thing we should do is transcend those accidents of history. Only then we can be true to the constitution. We were at little background also between Dr. Pranitha, myself and Dr. Uday Krishna. One should be honest in talking to students. Dr. Pranitha wanted a little write-up. It's always embarrassing to give write-ups. The baggage I carry is because I have not been satisfied with any profession. Chemical engineering, environmental economics, all of that. So each profession you are not happy with, you try to do something else. So it's a baggage I have, which is good or bad, I don't know. And I don't know Freudian slip, I hope you know that expression. While I was sending my small bio to her, I wrote there, instead of environmental economist, I wrote there environmental activist. So in the invitation it was put activist. Dr. Uday and me are such good friends, he is used to my being complaining all the time. So I told him, sir, activist in Madbitre change body. Principal query. Then I went back and checked the mail. I was the one who put activist. Obviously it was a Freudian slip. But then later, I've been, because of, I can't call him a lawyer, I have to call him an advocate. Because an advocate is somebody who advocates. And he's the greatest advocate I know. Because in a society, if there is no advocacy, that society is not a society with life. It must have advocacy, for all the reasons that he was also talking about. Then I thought to myself, in the context of law students, lawyers, eminent lawyers like Dr. Ravivarma Kumar, and I bought that big fat book of Professor Upendra Bakshi. I couldn't find the price. I wrote to my old law school colleagues and said, you don't have a price because I would suggest you to buy that book. It's called Law and Life. Keep it with you. Read it on the bus or wherever you want. You must read it. I'm hoping Dr. Ravivarma Kumar will also do a book like that. And there was a good occasion to publicly make him promise to do that of Law and Life, and I want to do it with him. Because it's very important to know the real life stories of lawyers, how they come, where they come. The National Law School, when it was started, was meant to create lawyers for the bar. It didn't happen. And when we were having breakfast, I was telling them, I want to tell an incident which I'll tell in the front of students. When National Law School celebrated 25 years, for some other men with whom I worked a lot and I learned a lot about law, said I must be there. So I went in the morning, early morning, 9:30, 15, session started. When the session started, one of the teachers said, before we proceed with today's 25th anniversary commemoration, let us remember those who have gone before us. So I started reading a list. I remember everybody because I was there in the law school from the very beginning as a person who came and taught the non-law subjects, economics and so on. The peon, the clerk, the library assistant was okay, age, whatever. The most shocking was at least 25 young lawyers who came to the law school much after I had stopped going there. One after another. I was shocked, silent. I was later, when me and Dr. Menon were talking, he told me, look Surendra, I am 85 years old. I'm still so active. Can you believe these people dying when they're 30, 35? Many didn't even reach 40. And he said, after I left as a Vice Chancellor of Law School, I went round to see how my students were performing. Because he was deeply disappointed that a law school meant to train new lawyers for the bar later on became something else. It's producing more lawyers for corporate and so on. He says, I went and saw my lawyers crouched over computers, working so hard for corporate companies, and their lives were lost. I say this to you because if you want to live healthy lives, if you want to have healthy minds, and you want to be somebody who is bodily available for causes, for advocacy, for justice, don't sacrifice yourself to corporate law. You may do well there, but always make sure the other part of law infuses my life. My wife tells my younger people in the family, what do these companies want? They want your age. Once you grow older, they have no use for you. Okay? So the great National Law School, it started like that. This is what happened. Lawyers and corruption. My first batch student, dedicated labor lawyer, even today in Madras, brilliant girl, still call her girl. First day, she practices with a senior lawyer. She comes to my house, at that time I was living in Madras, and wept bitter. I said, Rama, what is happening? She said, you know what I did? First act as a lawyer. My senior gave me 30,000 rupees and said, go and give it to someone. This also happens. Have the courage to tell your senior, sir, I'm a clean man. I will not take money. And the sir talked about you not being involved in corruption. I am a practicing organic horticulturist in Mysore. For 5 years, I've been a prisoner of the revenue department. And I'm now prisoner of some useless lawyers in the Mysore courts. Unfortunately, when our courts complain of pendency, they admit cases left, right, and center without at the very threshold saying this case is not to be admitted. So there is a case going on against us, which has no merits in law, nothing. Because a powerful lawyer, he'll take his money and is willing to do a case. If the petitioner is rich, the plaintiff is poor, the case is already decided. So a very honest lawyer came and told, Tahsildar came and told me, he comes from a very poor family. He came and told me, sir, I am very ಮೆಚ್ಕೊಳ್ತೇನೆ sir. ಇಷ್ಟು ರೆಸಿಸ್ಟೆನ್ಸ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಎಲ್ಲ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಸರ್. ನೀವು ಕರಪ್ಷನ್ ಏನು ಕೊಟ್ಟಿಲ್ಲ. ನಿಮ್ಮ ತರ ಜನ, if you don't stand up and fight, ಬಡವರು ಎಲ್ಲಿ ಹೋಗ್ತಾರೆ ಅಂತ. So I said that is the only reason, sir. It is not about the land. So remember also, there are two things when you stand up for principles and values. You benefit by yourself. You are not doing great altruism to the world or great charity to the world by being a honest person, an uncorrupt person, not open to corruption. The last two things I want to say before I leave you all. I don't want to take more time than this. When Professor Ravivarma Kumar spoke at his Felicitation, he spoke about his contributions to the South African Constitution. And he said, and it was came to me as a surprise shock, I don't know, that the South African Constitution, which borrowed a lot from our Constitution, wrote into the Constitution an affirmative action for Supreme Court judges. I want you people in Seshadripuram Law College to start a petition, which we will also sign, we will also join. Other than judges deciding themselves who should judge, make sure, start a nationwide campaign saying we want affirmative action in all the law courts, in all the high courts, in all the Supreme Courts. Why should we have affirmative action in every other sphere and not the most important sphere where the constitutional frameworks are decided? Balgopal, the great human rights lawyer, he said, what is the beauty of being a lawyer? There are four corners of a court, but you don't have to confine in the four corners of the court. There is so much space inside, you can do it. Think like that, and please start this petition. Shame the judges, because this is something that you as law students have to need. We need affirmative action. I say this because during my practice, when I sat in the appellate authority as a technical member, sitting on the other side, I also learned a lot. There was this pollution control board lawyer, Nagaraj, you remember? I tried very hard to make him, his wife is herself a magistrate. He should be a fit lawyer to be in the High Court. I may have spoken about it to Professor Ravivarma Kumar also. And maybe I spoke to Dr. I spoke to a lot of people. I spoke to Madhav. Because you see, he was a lawyer, excellent, but also took upon himself, other than his black coat profession, causes. He took up the case of the Tripagunda Haldi reservoir. which is preserved because of Professor Ravivarma Kumar. And I was one of the last judgments in that bench that I was there. It was done. This is a long, old case. You go back and read the Supreme Court judgment, DLF versus State of Karnataka. I'm not a lawyer, but when I read it, I was shocked. A Supreme Court judge writes what should be the size of the toilet pits, how deep a sewage pit should be. Can you believe the highest court of the law writing on sewage? What does it mean? It's compromised. So there is no law, there is no hygiene, it writes on this. So the case goes on for 20 years. Very powerful people are involved. But the reservoir has to be preserved. It is Vishweshwaraya's contribution to this for generations, for the city of Bangalore. Nagaraj took it upon himself. He told me also. He said, go ahead. Finally, that was a case, very interesting case, in which new information from science, satellite imagery had shown that you could visit, and Professor Ravivarma Kumar argued that case beautifully, I'll never forget it, and that reservoir is saved. So, as law students, I don't know what disciplines you come from. Make sure that you also read beyond the law. As a chemical engineer, I was on the appellate. I'm a lapsed chemical engineer. Okay, I came back to chemical engineering and got mixed up with lawyers because of the Bhopal case. I was among the people who fought the case outside, and both in the case in New York and elsewhere, as based in Hong Kong, we did groundwork because the Union Carbide kept saying, we have no connection between our Virginia factory and the factory in Bhopal. I got my staff in Hong Kong to do research to show there is a company registered in Hong Kong with direct connections, which was brought up. Anyway, in that process, I got mixed up with lawyers like Professor Upen Bakshi. He said he got highest mark on tort. First time I heard of tort and tort law was the Bhopal case. I've written a lot about it because the Bhopal case is like a James Bond case. If any of you want to do it like a novel or a theatre, I can give you enough material to do a play on the Bhopal case. The bribery of Supreme Court judges, the bribery of our parliamentarians to prevent justice for our victims. And you must remember, every day 10 people are dying even today, counted from 1984 to today. That's how I got mixed up with lawyers, that's how I landed in law school. But why I mention this is, I learned a lot from lawyers. Matter of fact, people always used to say, the definition of an economist is someone who knows the price of everything, but doesn't know the value of anything. And the definition of a lawyer is somebody who knows everything about the law, but very little about justice. I'm sure he will not become like that. So in the appellate authority, the last judgment, dissenting judgment, reference I can give you, which was upheld by the National Green Tribunal, because the other two members wanted to go with the company. This is the carbide factory in Whitefield, which produces carbide dust. There are gated community people living in Whitefield. Each house will be average 2 to 3 crores. We visited them in the night. Children would wear socks 24 hours because the floors will be covered with dust. Black suit. Tailors could not work because their clothes, all kinds of things. And what was the company arguing? That it is automobile pollution. And unfortunately, both the chairman is no more and the other technical member went on to that case. So I went back and did a lot of research on my own. I have a copy of the text I delivered and said this is very clearly a carbide pollution. And what are the international standards? Why is this company, which is operating a company in Germany, following standards in Germany, but it's not following in India. Why? Because we are an apartheid society de facto. Poor people are dying, let them die, like they told in the Bhopal case. What is the value of that life? $10, $12. So I'm saying all this because I completely come from outside the law profession, but I'm very happy. The last point I want to make is, and I was really, really happy, that there are more students coming to law than going to commerce. Because the unfortunate system in Karnataka particularly is that commerce is grabbing away students from literature, from science. In 1 year, in Bangalore alone, 16 colleges closed their science departments because commerce was more profitable. But I'm very happy that you people are here. I did not come with a prepared text because I was really scared in front of such luminaries. I write something and then they say, no, you're in the wrong court. You are reading the wrong judgment. I didn't want that to happen. So I thought I'll speak freely to you, more as a teacher. And finally, when Sir was talking about students can ask questions and so on, as an economist, I used to go and teach in a school, 7th standard, teach students economics. So people will make fun of me and ask me, why are you teaching those kids economics? I said they are the most unadulterated, pure human beings. They are not corrupted by society, they are not corrupted by language, they are not corrupted by other things. So if I use jargon, which economists tend to do, when they can't explain anything, they use jargon. That student will ask, Anna, you said that word, no? What does it mean? There's no meaning to it. So I wish you all very well in your journey. I'm so happy that I could come for this orientation day. Very nervous. I come to today, Seshadripuram very happily, but today very, very nervous I came. But I'm happy I came. And to me, I think, and to all of you, this must be a historic occasion. Never forget in your life that you had the privilege and honor of having Dr. Ravivarma Kumar. 800 cases before the Shaw Commission. I'm not sure, and he was telling me when I was sitting there's any lawyer who has marked so many cases. He's more than any of the greatest cricketers of our world in India. I don't want to even mention any name of any cricketer because that will demean him as a lawyer. Okay? I think he has hit more sixes, more hundreds, but he has done that in the defense of justice, in the advocacy of rights, and in the advocacy for an equal society. So remember this in your life, first year, second year, third year, that this should be a historic occasion for you. Keep him in mind, and any time you think you're taking the wrong step, or as he said, not walking straight, or walking up with your head lifted up, think of Dr. Ravivarma. I'm so happy.
Thank you, sir, for your stirring and passionate views. We request Naroja Dr. Udepi Krishna, sir, to render the presidential remarks.
Professor Ravivarma Kumar, Professor Lawrence Surendra, our beloved Vice President Shri T.S. Henjarappa, Assistant Secretary Shri M.S. Nataraj, our beloved trustees Shri G. Parma Shivaya, Shri R.B. Mrutyunjaya, and Srimati Lata, Shri Vivekananda, Shri G.K. Badappa, Shri K. Badappa, Shri Shubhas, distinguished members of the faculty, our beloved Principal Dr. Pranita B.S., Chairperson of the Governing Council, K. Krishnaswamy, my dear distinguished faculty members and students. Let me at the outset congratulate Dr. B.S. Pranita for having invited Professor Ravivarma Kumar for this orientation program. I think the law students couldn't be oriented in a better way than felicitating a legal luminary who has successfully completed 50 years of his journey in the legal world and who has many achievements to his credit. On this wonderful occasion, I would like to welcome all the freshers on behalf of Seshadripuram Educational Trust. We are a 95-year-old group with almost 26,000 students studying on rolls as of now, and we have lakhs and lakhs of students who have graduated, and then serving across the globe in different fields. I must also congratulate the awardees. I was really thrilled to know that 3 students securing more than 90% joint law. This is something really remarkable. And all 3 students, I say special congratulations because you were able to receive the award not from an ordinary person but Dr. Ravivarma Kumar and Professor Lawrence Surendra. Friends, both Professor Lawrence Surendra and Professor Lawrendra only. Professor Ravivarma Kumar and Lawrence Surendra both, are professors. Ravivarma Kumar, Lawrence Surendra ಅವರು ಏನು ಹೇಳಿದ್ರು ಅಂದ್ರೆ ರವಿವರ್ಮ ಕುಮಾರ್ ಅವರು ಇಷ್ಟೊಂದು ಮಾತಾಡಿದ ಮೇಲೆ ನನಗೆ ಮಾತಾಡೋಕೆ ಧೈರ್ಯ ಇಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ ಅವರು 1 ಅವರ್ ಭಾಷಣ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು. ಈಗ ನನಗೆ ಅವರಿಬ್ಬರು ಕೂಡ ಬಹಳ ಆತ್ಮೀಯರು, ಇಬ್ಬರು ಪ್ರೊಫೆಸರ್ಸ್ ನನಗೆ ಬಹಳ ಆತ್ಮೀಯರು. ನನಗೆ ಅವರಿಬ್ಬರು ಕಂಡ್ರು ಭಯ ಇದೆ, ಯಾಕೆಂದ್ರೆ ನನ್ನಲ್ಲಿ ಅಷ್ಟು ಸರ್ಕಿಲ್ಲ, ಅವರಲ್ಲಿರುವಷ್ಟು ಸರ್ಕಿಲ್ಲ. ಆದರೂ ಕೂಡ ನಾನು ಅವ್ರು ಮಾತಾಡಿದರೆ ನಾನು ಭಯ ಬೀಳ್ತೀನಿ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಲ್ಲ, ಆದ್ರೆ ಅವರಷ್ಟು ಸಮಯ ನಾನು ತಗೊಂಡು ಮಾತಾಡಕ್ ಹೋಗಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ ಅಷ್ಟಂತೂ ನನಗೆಲ್ಲ ಅಶ್ಯೂರೆನ್ಸ್ ಕೊಡ್ತೀನಿ. ಸ್ನೇಹಿತರೆ, ಐ ವಾಸ್ ಅ ಸ್ಟೂಡೆಂಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಪ್ರೊಫೆಸರ್ ರವಿವರ್ಮ ಕುಮಾರ್ ಇನ್ ಹಾವನೂರ್ ಲಾ ಕಾಲೇಜ್. ಇದು ಒಂದು ಇಂಟ್ರೆಸ್ಟಿಂಗ್ ಸ್ಟೋರಿ. ಏನಪ್ಪಾ ಅಂದ್ರೆ, ಆಫ್ಟರ್ ಮೈ PG in engineering, I wanted to do law. I came to Seshadripuram Law College for admission. My brother was a trustee here, but I came, then the principal told me, sir, there are 166, you are 161 person. You are 161st person. So all the seats were filled. Then one of the superintendents in the law college, he directed me to Havnur Law College. Allೋಗಿ ಸೇರ್ಪಡಿ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿದೆ, ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಹತ್ರನೇ ಇದೆ, ಪಾಠ ಪ್ರವಚನ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿ ನಡೆಯುತ್ತೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ. So I went and joined law college. I congratulate all of you for having been a part of the Seshadripuram Law College. ಯಾಕೆಂದ್ರೆ ನನಗೆ ಸಿಗದೇ ಇರೋ ಅವಕಾಶ ನಿಮ್ಗೆಲ್ಲ ಸಿಕ್ಕಿದೆ. ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವು we were really fortunate to have very eminent teachers. Professor G.V. ಶಾಂತರಾಜ್ ಅಂತಿದ್ರು, ಅವರು ಅಷ್ಟೇ. ನಾವು ಈ ಕಾನ್ಸ್ಟಿಟ್ಯೂಷನ್ ಮೇಲೆ ಪಾಠ ಮಾಡೋರು. ಈ ಕೇಶವಾನಂದ್ ಭಾರತಿ ಕೇಸ್ನ 6 ತಿಂಗಳು ಮಾಡೋದು. ಎಷ್ಟು ಅವ್ರ ಆಫೀಸಿಗೆ ಕ್ಲಾಸಿಗೆ ಬರೋಕ್ ಮುಂಚೆ ಒಂದು 10 ಬುಕ್ ವಿತ್ ಆಲ್ ಲೇಬಲ್ಸ್ ಹಾಕೊಂಡು ಬಂದಿರೋರು. ಕ್ಲಾಸಲ್ಲಿ 10 ಜನ ಇರ್ಲಿ, 12 ಜನ ಇರ್ಲಿ, 20 ಜನ ಇರ್ಲಿ, ಯೂಸ್ ಅನ್ ಎನ್ಸೈಕ್ಲೋಪೆಡಿಕ್ ಪರ್ಸನ್. ಎಷ್ಟು ಇನ್ಫಾರ್ಮೇಶನ್, ಎಷ್ಟು ಎಲ್ಲ ಹೋರಾಟಗಳ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಮಾತಾಡೋರು. 10 ನಿಮಿಷ ಲಾ ಪಾಠ ಮಾಡಿ. ಅದೇ ತರ ನಮಗೆ ಇವರು ಇದ್ರು, ಎನ್ ಜಯರಾಮ್ ಅಂತ ಅವರು ಅಡ್ವೊಕೇಟ್ ಜನರಲ್ ಆಗಿದ್ರು. ಅವ್ರು ಬಹಳ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಸೀರಿಯಸ್ ಪಾಠ ಅವರು. ಆಮೇಲೆ ಅವನವರು ನಮ್ಗೇನು ಪಾಠ ಮಾಡಲಿಲ್ಲ. ಹೀಗೆ ಆಲ್ ಎಮಿನೆಂಟ್ ಪೀಪಲ್ ಇನ್ ದೋಸ್ ಡೇಸ್ ದೇ ವರ್ ಆಲ್ ಟಾಪ್ ಪೀಪಲ್. G.V. ಶಾಂತರಾಜ್ ಅವರು ನಾನು ಪಾಠ ಕೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೆ. ನಮ್ಮ ತಂದೆಯವರು ಯಾವುದೋ ಒಂದು ಕನ್ಸಲ್ಟೇಷನ್ ಹೋದ್ರು, ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನಮ್ಗೆ ಸುಲಭ ಸಿಕ್ಬಿಡೋರು. ಅವರನ್ನ ಚೇಂಬರ್ಗೆ ಹೋಗಿ ನಾವು ಯಾವ್ದೋ ಕನ್ಸಲ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಕ್ಕೆ ಕೂತ್ರೆ 2 hours we had to wait. ಆಮೇಲೆ ನಾನು ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಧೈರ್ಯ ಮಾಡಿ ಒಳಗಡೆ ಹೋಗ್ಬಿಟ್ಟೆ, ಸರ್ ನಾನು ನಿಮ್ ಸ್ಟೂಡೆಂಟು, ನಮ್ಮ ತಂದೆಯವ್ರು ಕರ್ಕೊಂಡು ಬಂದಿದ್ದೀನಿ, ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಯಾಕೆ ಇಷ್ಟೊತ್ತು ಕಾಯ್ತಾ ಮುಂಚೆನೆ ಹೇಳಲ್ವಾ ಅಂತ. ಅದೆಲ್ಲ ಒಂದು ಪ್ರೀತಿ ಟೀಚರ್ಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ, ಸ್ಟೂಡೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇರುವಂತದ್ದು. ಹಾಗಾಗಿ ಎನಿವೆ ಐ ಆಮ್ ವೆರಿ ಹ್ಯಾಪಿ. ನಮ್ಮ ಪ್ರೊಫೆಸರ್ ರವಿವರ್ಮ ಕುಮಾರ್ ಅವರು ಬಹಳ ಒಳ್ಳೆಯ ವಿಚಾರ ಹೇಳಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಸಿ ಯು ಗೆಟ್ ದಿ ವೈಡೆಸ್ಟ್ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ವಾಸ್ ಟು ವರ್ಕ್ ವಿತ್, ಇದು ಲೀಗಲ್ ಫೀಲ್ಡ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಅನ್ನುವಂಥದ್ದು. ಆಮೇಲೆ ಇಟ್ಸ್ ದಿ ಮೋಸ್ಟ್ ಇಂಡಿಪೆಂಡೆಂಟ್ ಪ್ರೊಫೆಷನ್ ಇದು. ಹಾಗಾಗಿ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಕೆಲಸದ ಆಸೆ ಇಟ್ಕೊಂಡು, ದುಡ್ಡಿನ ಆಸೆ ಇಟ್ಕೊಂಡು ನೀವು ಯಾರು ಬರಬೇಡಿ. ಯು ವಾಂಟ್ ಟು ಎಕ್ಸೆಲ್ ಅಂತ ಬನ್ನಿ. ಮನಿ ವಿಲ್ ಕಮ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಫಾಲ್ ಎಟ್ ಯುವರ್ ಫೀಟ್, ಗ್ಲೋರಿ ವಿಲ್ ಕಮ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಫಾಲ್ ಎಟ್ ಯುವರ್ ಫೀಟ್, ಎವ್ರಿಥಿಂಗ್ ವಿಲ್ ಕಮ್. ಆಲ್ ದಟ್ ಯು ವಾಂಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಯು ಶುಡ್ ಬಿ ಕಮಿಟೆಡ್ ಟು ದಿ ಪ್ರೊಫೆಷನ್ ಅಷ್ಟೇ. ಡೋಂಟ್ ಲುಕ್ ಅದರ್ಸ್. ಬೇರೆಯವ್ರು ಏನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ ನೋಡಕ್ ಹೋಗ್ಬೇಡಿ. ಡೋಂಟ್ ಕಂಪೀಟ್ ವಿತ್ ಅದರ್ಸ್, ಡೋಂಟ್ ಕಂಪೇರ್ ವಿತ್ ಅದರ್ಸ್. ಯು ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಆಲ್ ಸಕ್ಸೀಡ್ ಇನ್ ದಿಸ್ ಲೀಗಲ್ ಪ್ರೊಫೆಷನ್ ಅನ್ನೋ ಮಾತು ಬಹಳ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿದೆ. ನಾವು ಹೇಳಿದ್ರು, ಎಕ್ಸೆಲ್ ಇನ್ ಆಲ್ ದಟ್ ಯು ಡೂ, ವರ್ಕ್ ಹಾರ್ಡ್. Most important thing what you have to do in the law college is to pay attention to conceptual understanding. These 3-4 years that you spend here, please pay attention to that. Every concept, you should be a master of every concept. I mean, application of law becomes very, very simple. It is a lifelong, work and exercise. ಆಮೇಲೆ ಎಲ್ಲದಕ್ಕಿಂತ ಮುಖ್ಯವಾಗಿ ಇಂಟೆಗ್ರಿಟಿ. ನೋಡಿ, ಆನೆಸ್ಟಿ ಮುಂದೆ ಇನ್ನೊಂದಿಲ್ಲ. ಸರ್, ಮಾಧವ್ ಮೆನನ್ ಅವರು, ನಾನು ವಿ ವರ್ ಟ್ರಾವೆಲಿಂಗ್ ಇನ್ ಟು ಹೈದರಾಬಾದ್, ಫ್ಲೈಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನನ್ನ ಪಕ್ಕ ಕೂತಿದ್ರು. ಐ ಕುಡ್ ಸಿ ಹಿ ವಾಸ್ removing some books out of his bag, some volumes he was reading. All books were pertaining to Mahatma Gandhi. I asked him, how is it, sir, that you are having so many books about Mahatma Gandhi? Avaru helidru, I am writing a textbook on Indian legal writing in English anta ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರು. ಆಗ ಅವ್ರು ಹೇಳಿದ್ರು, the best memorials, the best petitions I have seen of Mahatma Gandhi's. Therefore, I want to put all of them before our young people. They should have pride. Say, though he was not a successful lawyer, his petitions, all these memorials are of such great value. Even his English no write idru. It is much better than the Englishman of his times anta. Anthadellanu ಅವರು ಕಂಪೈಲ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಕೊಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ರು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ಇವಾಗ ಪ್ರೊಫೆಸರ್ ಮಾಧವ್ ಮೆನನ್ ಅವರ ಈ ವೇದಿಕೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಸ್ಮರಿಸಿಕೊಂಡಿದ್ದು ಕೂಡ ನನಗೆ ತುಂಬಾ ಸಂತೋಷ ತಂದಿದೆ. ಆಮೇಲೆ ಅವ್ರು ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಒಳ್ಳೆ ಮಾತು ಹೇಳಿದ್ರು ಪ್ರೊಫೆಸರ್ ರವಿವರ್ಮ ಕುಮಾರ್ ಅವರು. ಅದೇನು ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ, our constitution should become our Bible, our constitution should become our Quran, our constitution should become our Gita. ನಾವೆಲ್ಲ ಏನೇ ಇರಲಿ, ಜಾತಿ ಧರ್ಮ ಎಲ್ಲ ಮನೆಯ ಹೊಸ್ತಿನ ಒಳಗಡೆ ಇರಬೇಕು. ಹೊರಗಡೆ ಬಂದಾಗ we are all Indians. The only book that guides us is the constitution. ಇವತ್ತು ಕಾನ್ಸ್ಟಿಟ್ಯೂಷನ್ ಇಲ್ಲದೆ ಇದ್ದಿದ್ರೆ, ನೀವು ಅಕ್ಕ ಸುತ್ತಮುತ್ತ ರಾಜ್ಯಗಳಲ್ಲಿ, ದೇಶಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ಏನೇನು ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ, ನಮ್ಮ ಭಾರತೀಯ ಸಂವಿಧಾನ ಅಂತ ಅದ್ಭುತವಾದ ಸಂವಿಧಾನ. You should go through the debates of the Indian Constitution, beautifully documented. 8 ವಾಲ್ಯೂಮ್ ಇದೆ ಇವತ್ತು, ಅದನ್ನು ಓದಬೇಕು. ನಾನು ಓದಿದ್ದೀನಿ. ಹಾಗಾಗಿ if you know, then you will know how all those legal luminaries who were a part of the freedom struggle, how much thought they have given to frame each and every article by article. Debate agide. It is all well documented. You should read it. You will know the purport of any law, why it is done, ಯಾಕೆ ಇದು ಬಂತು, ಈ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ಯಾಕೆ ಬಂತು, ಯಾಕೆ ಬರಲಿಲ್ಲ, ಎಲ್ಲವೂ ಕೂಡ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಅದರಿಂದ ಐಡಿಯಾ ಸಿಗ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಆಗ್ತದೆ ಅನ್ನುವಂಥದ್ದನ್ನ ಹೇಳಿ ಅವ್ರು ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಒಳ್ಳೆ ಮಾತು ಹೇಳಿದ್ರು. ಥಿಂಕ್ ಸ್ಟ್ರೇಟ್, ಆಕ್ಟ್ ಸ್ಟ್ರೇಟ್ ಅಂಡ್ ವರ್ಕ್ ಸ್ಟ್ರೇಟ್. ದಿಸ್ ಇಸ್ ಮೋಸ್ಟ್ ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್. You should keep up you should be very punctual, be honest to your client. See, case winning and losing is not important, but you have to do the best about your case. ಅಷ್ಟು ಮಾಡಬೇಕಷ್ಟೇ ಅನ್ನುವಂಥದ್ದು. ಆಮೇಲೆ ಎಲ್ಲದಕ್ಕಿಂತ ಹೆಚ್ಚಾಗಿ ನಾನು ಬಹಳ ಖುಷಿ ಕೊಟ್ಟದ್ದು ಅವ್ರ ಮಾತೇನು ಅಂದ್ರೆ, you should learn to stand up against injustice. This only lawyers can do. If you can do, I tell you, you not only make a name for yourself, but also ಒಳಗಡೆ ನಿಮಗೆ ಮನಸ್ಸಿನಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು ದೊಡ್ಡ ಸಮಾಧಾನ ಇರ್ತದೆ, that yes, I have done justice to the really weak and the oppressed. ಈಗ ಪ್ರೊಫೆಸರ್ ಸುರೇಂದ್ರ ಅವರು ಮಾತಾಡುವಾಗ ನೋಡಿದ್ವಿ. See, he is so very much concerned about the environment. See, think, ನಾನು ಅಂತ ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಹೊರತಾಗಿ ಸಮಾಜದ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಆಲೋಚನೆ ಮಾಡುವಂಥದ್ದು. How many people are there who can think about the larger good? ಆ ಕ್ಯಾಟಗರಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಸೇರುವಂಥವರು ನಮ್ಮ ಪ್ರೊಫೆಸರ್ ಲಾರೆನ್ಸ್ ಸುರೇಂದ್ರ ಅವರು. ಅವರಿಬ್ಬರು ಕೂಡ ಇವತ್ತು ಬಂದು ನಿಮ್ಮನ್ನು ಉದ್ದೇಶಿಸಿ ಮಾತನಾಡಿರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥದ್ದು. ನಾನು ಹೇಳೋದು, ಇದಕ್ಕಿಂತ ಉತ್ತಮವಾದ ಓರಿಯೆಂಟೇಷನ್ ಇದು ಬೇಕಿಲ್ಲ. ಹಾಗಾಗಿ ನೀವು ಅವರೆಲ್ಲರ ಮಾತುಗಳನ್ನು ಗಂಭೀರವಾಗಿ ತಗೊಂಡು I want each and every one of you to become brilliant jurists, and at the same time with lot of social commitment, because ನಮ್ಮ ಸಂಸ್ಥೆಯ ಉದ್ದೇಶ ಆದರೂ ಇಷ್ಟೇ. We want to provide quality education at an affordable price, and number 2, to create socially productive citizens. You should all become socially productive citizens. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for articulating the true essence of the Seshadripuram Educational Trust. We now call on Shavani to give the vote of thanks.
Respected dignitaries, esteemed guests, and dear friends, it is both an honor and privilege to extend a heartfelt gratitude as we conclude today's orientation program. First and foremost, we are deepest thanks to our esteemed chief guest, Professor Ravivarma Kumar sir. Sir, we are truly grateful for your inspiring address and the valuable time you have devoted to be with us today. Thank you, sir. We also extend our sincere thanks to our guest of honor, Professor Lawrence Surendra sir, for gracious presence and meaningful work. Thank you, sir. Our heartfelt thanks are due to our resource person who have guided our students with the best of their knowledge throughout this orientation program. Thank you all. We remain deeply thankful to Nadoja Dr. Uday P. Krishna sir, Honorary General Secretary of Seshadripuram Educational Trust, for presiding over this event and for his unwavering support to our institution. Thank you, sir. We also gratefully acknowledge the immense support of K. Krishnaswamy sir. Thank you, sir. Our heartfelt gratitude to S. Injarappa sir. Thank you, sir. Our warmful thanks to M.S. Nataraja sir for the immense support. Thank you, sir. A very warm thanks to Mrutyunjaya sir for gracing this occasion. Thank you, sir. Our sincere thanks are extended to Paramashivaya sir. Thank you, sir. Our heartfelt thanks to Padappa sir for gracing this occasion. Thank you, sir. A warm thanks to Lata madam. Thank you, madam. A heartfelt appreciation to our beloved principal, Dr. Pranita B.S. madam, for guidance, encouragement, and constant motivation, which inspire us all to strive for excellence. Thank you, madam. We are grateful to Balaji sir, our photographer, for capturing the memorable moments of this moment. Thank you, sir. A special thanks to media and press representative, CTV, Samyukta Karnataka and Real TV program for helping us share its essence and with a wider audience. Thank you all. We are also thankful to Vidya for gracefully anchoring today's program, to Dushant Acha for the soulful invocation, to Meghna for the excellence profile reading, and Pratibha for a warm words of welcome. Thank you all. A word of sincere appreciation is all due to our faculty members, teaching and non-teaching staffs, the organizing committee and volunteers, whose effort have ensured the smooth and successful conduct of this orientation program. We extend our warm thanks to all the students and participants for your active involvement and gracious presence, which have truly added meaning to this gathering. With these words, I once again express our gratitude to all who have contributed to making this day a memorable one. Thank you.
Thank you, Shavni. We request everyone gathered here today to rise for the national anthem.
जनगण मन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड़ उत्कल बंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्चल जलधि तरंगा तव शुभ नामे जागे तव शुभ आशीष मांगे